I say remix.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well, and we're back, yes, for another FIFA World Cup 2022 Qatar match view. Yes, in the last 16. This one's quite interesting, actually. We've got Japan versus Croatia, two sides where, in all actuality, you know, they'd both be very happy with this draw. You've got Croatia, of course, 4 years ago, finalists in 2018 out there in Russia. Of course, you've got Japan, who had their heroics in the group stages, eliminating Germany, defeating Spain to go through as well. Fantastic side and a really exciting one. I'm excited to see this. I like doing these match views with teams you might not know as much about, or as you can sit and watch as a neutral, so I'm very excited for this. So as you come in this afternoon, folks, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Of course, plenty of exciting UV content on the horizon. Got a big week this week, a real big week of fantastic stuff. Of course, we've got this match view here. We've got another one later on, which is Brazil in action going up against South Korea. Of course, tomorrow we've got the final two games in the last 16 knockout stage of the FIFA World Cup before we head on to the quarterfinals. Wednesday, Manchester United are back in action as well. They've already started their warm weather training camp in Spain, and that's going to consist of two friendlies as well. One on Wednesday against Cadiz. We'll be live from UV HQ with the full panel to watch that game and guide you through it. Of course, Saturday there's another friendly against Real Betis in Spain as well, but that's not the only thing that's going to be going on Saturday. We're going to be doing back-to-back match views. Very excited about this back-to-back match views because we're going to do the Manchester United versus Real Betis game, and that's going to be followed up by just the small matter, just a tiny matter, that is England versus France in the quarterfinals of the World Cup as well. England going up against the reigning world champions. So big week. Plus, of course, we've also got every single day, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. We've got the morning view, joined by the likes of Marcel and Mina to guide you through the latest Manchester United news, because we are a Manchester United channel, of course, and there is still plenty of goings-ons and happenings in the world of Manchester United. So we've got you all covered. So now the time is to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, if you haven't already. Remember, you can also join the UV Members Club. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content, such as UV Raw, the back catalogue, new episodes coming soon. I can see Josh in the chat. Ain't that right, Josh? New episodes coming soon? Yeah. Of course they are. Now, before we get into this match view, this stream is brought to you by Fresh Ego Kid, as always. Of course, Fresh Ego FC will be, for the third year, facilitating their annual Community Giveback, the Campaign for Change, to provide an essential hamper and gifts to families from low-income, vulnerable and at-risk families. This year, Fresh Ego FC is partnering with Anthony Joshua's charity Clean Herts Community. This year, especially with global inflation and fuel poverty, those families, along with other families, will struggle to provide the basics this Christmas and holiday period. Last year, through donations, Fresh Ego FC was able to give back to 120 families. This year, they expect to be supporting more than 350 families. So, as always, guys, a very well-worthy cause, worth getting involved in, donating, finding out more about it. But to find out more about it, here's a message from Anthony Joshua to give you some more details.
People, I hope you're good. So the festive period is fast approaching, and what I've come to realise is that a lot of people are actually unsure on how to kind of connect with communities and give back. So what I've done is my organisation has teamed up with another organisation to do some projects where we're going to be doing community work and spending time in communities and doing some give back projects, right? So we want to raise some funds, we want to get some items, because it's going to be rolled out across the whole year as well. This ain't just a one-stop shop. So if you want to get involved, follow the link, follow the Instagram page, the social pages for more info, and your help will be appreciated. We'll be there, I'll be there. It'll be a big community day. Don't worry about that, Leaf. And yeah, we appreciate your support fully, yeah? God bless, be safe, and I'll catch up with you all soon.
Words from AJ there, and once again, as always, guys, if you do wish to get involved, donate, or find out more, all the information is in the video description, including the links to all of the relevant pages. So, a well-worthy cause, especially as we get closer and closer to Christmas. I'm not going to do, it's Christmas, because it's not, but it's 20 days away, less than 3 weeks. Can you believe it? Oh, the holidays. But we're not talking about the holidays today. We're talking about World Cup, Japan versus Croatia. So let me know your prediction. I can already see quite a bit of Japanese support. People saying, let's go Japan. Palmeiras is saying, let's go Japan. Victor saying, big up UV and Owen. Big up yourself, Victor. Says, Japan is winning this. Even Josh is cheering on Japan. Come on, Japan. And Ed says, Japan is my second team now. I'd be ecstatic if they made it all the way to the semis. Well, anything's possible as long as you believe. Speaking of the teams as well, we've got the lineup here. In goal for Japan, it's Gonda. Then you've got a back three consisting of Tomiyasu, who actually starts for the first time in this tournament. Tomiyasu, and he's only come in because someone else is injured or suspended, I believe. So Tomiyasu does start, which I've seen all of the Arsenal fans outrage. Why isn't Tomiyasu starting? Why is Tommy not starting? He is today. And hopefully he'll be able to put in a good performance. Joining him in defence is Yoshida and Tanguchi. You then got the wing-backs of Ito and Nagatomo, midfield of Endo and Morita, and then the front three of Doan, Medida, and Kamada. Hopefully I've pronounced those correctly. Again, you know me in this World Cup match view, my pronunciation is terrible, but I'm trying to improve. Speaking of terrible pronunciation, I'm going to do my best with this Croatia starting lineup as well. In goal, you got Livakovic, got there in the end. Barisic, Gvardiol, who has been brilliant in this tournament so far, by the way. You can see why he's linked with Chelsea. Proper defender, Gvardiol. Lovren, of course, formerly of Liverpool. Juranovic at right back. Then a midfield three of Kovacic, Brozovic, and Modric. Then a front three of Perisic, Petkovic, and Kramaric as well. I got there in the end. That's not bad for me. Not bad at all. We're about 8 minutes away from kickoff as well. Still, of course, basking in the glory of England's 3-0 victory last night against Senegal 2, which, to be honest, again, I haven't even really given it much thought in terms of us playing France. We spoke about it this morning with Marcel on the morning view. France are the favourites. Certainly France are the favourites. But at the same time, I do think we can get at them. We're not expected to win. And look, if we do go out, you would say, look, we went out to France, world champions. But as I say, for this fantastic France side, they failed more than they've won, which I think speaks volumes about them and speaks volumes about their mentality too. Let's face it. Look, 2016 European Championships, it was in their own home country. They got to the final. They bottled it. They lost to Portugal, a rubbish Portugal, not Portugal now, a rubbish Portugal. They lost to them, bottled it. Of course, 2 years later, World Cup, they won it very, very easily. Easily dispatched Croatia, who are watching today, of course, in the final. Fine. Last year, though, at the Euros, once again, they bottled it. They lost to Switzerland. So why should we be totally afraid of them? You know, yes, they've got good players. Yes, Kylian Mbappe, potentially running at Harry Maguire, is the stuff of nightmares. In fact, look at these bags under my eyes. That's just the sleepless nights. I thought, I was tossing and turning. I was thinking, no, Mbappe, no. No, Maguire, run away. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't. That would be quite a sad existence. But that does worry me. That's the point I'm trying to make there. It's just jokes. That does worry me a little bit. But I think we've got good players. We've got Jude Bellingham. Got Phil Foden. Got Harry Kane. Got Bukayo Saka. Got Marcus Rashford. Come on. We can give them a game. As long as Gareth Southgate doesn't Southgate-ness. You know, that's the only thing. But the team's just coming out on the pitch. Question is, are my headphones going to work straight away? No. That's disgrace. It's cheat. Oh, they did. Even technology loves me today. The last 2 days, when I've done the 3 o'clock kickoff, I've put my headphones in and the TV goes no. Today it says yes. Come on. But the teams are out. National anthems will be coming next. I'll put a poll in the chat about who we think is going to win this one. Who advances to the quarterfinals? Japan, Croatia. The Japanese national anthem currently playing. Ed says, Owen, we literally did the same a year ago in the Euros, losing to a beatable Italy. I don't get your point. Referring to what? France back. I understand that. You know, again, as I said, France are the favourites, but I think at the same time, If we go into the game being like, well, they're going to win, there's no point showing up. We've got to back yourself. You've got to be confident. I still think France probably win, to be honest, but got to go in there with a positive mental attitude, right? I think I'll be cheering on Japan today as well. I mean, I try my best in the match views to remain kind of neutral. I wasn't yesterday during the Poland-France one because I wanted to play Poland in the quarterfinals, but that's not the case. And now we're going to have the national anthem of Croatia. It's actually the last match in this stadium for the tournament, the Al Janab Stadium. After this match, or after the tournament, the stadium's actually going to be reduced in capacity to around 20,000. I think at the moment it's about 40 or something. But still got big names. Obviously, they've got an aging squad, Croatia. A lot of experience, but still good players. Perisic, Kovacic, Brozovic, Modric, Kramaric, Gvardio, Lovren. They're still a good side. And they would be, I would think, easily considered the favourites in this one. But come on, Japan. I think everyone's sort of embraced Japan into their hearts in this tournament, coming through the group the way they did. And if they can beat Germany and if they can beat Spain, then they can beat Croatia. Lovren staring right into the camera. Very intimidating. There he is, genius, Luka Modric. Luka Modric, absolute genius. He gets better. He gets better and better with age. Ballon d'Or winner, an absolute genius. But can he conduct the midfield orchestra once again today? Absolutely he can. Teams going through the pre-match customary handshake. As I mentioned, Japan playing a 3-4-3 today in comparison to Croatia's 4-3-3. Tomiyasu coming in. Can you hear that? The Arsenal fans rejoice. A reminder as well, we've still yet to have any extra time and penalties at this World Cup so far. Will that come today or tomorrow? Glad it didn't come with England. And to be honest, all of the last 16 games so far have gone based on the favourites. All of the favourites have won them. The Netherlands, they beat the USA. Argentina, they beat Australia. France, they beat Poland. England, we beat Senegal. So we're halfway through the last the round of 16. Will we see any upsets in the second half of this? We'll have to wait and see. Brazil tonight against South Korea, one would think. I really can't see Brazil losing that one. But it feels like there's got to be an upset somewhere in this last 16, isn't there? Maybe that comes against Morocco, Spain maybe. Or Switzerland against Portugal. I don't know. It's a good midfield though. Modric, Brozovic and Kovacic. Come on, Japan. If you haven't already, guys, smash a like on the like button. You know me. Try and get to... aims to get to like 100 before half time. So if you haven't already, click that like button. It's quite interesting because actually Celtic have a lot of Japanese players in their team. Ange Postecoglou used to manage in the J-League. It's funny as well, now that we're at 2 games a day in this World Cup, you still do miss the 4 games a day, but they still come around very quickly, don't they? Just make sure I get my timer right. I like, we can wait for the countdown to kick off. Come on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off. We're underway. Japan versus Croatia. Now, Well, that is a very interesting statistic. 6 out of the last 7 knockout games for Croatia at the European Championships or the World Cup have gone to extra time. So strap in for the long haul. We might be here for quite a while this evening. But let's go. Either way, I'll be live the entire time. I just want a good game. I want a good game. I want some drama. I want an underdog story. I want some goals. And we can get it today. There's the Japanese coach, Moriyasu. He's done quite well in this tournament, hasn't he? Done very well. Thrown to Japan, though. Here they come already. Keep going. That's a foul. A cynical foul. I tell you what, if that's later in the game, he'd be booked. It's a cynical foul, that. He was through. It was Maeda of Celtic. Like I said, there's several Celtic players in this Japan squad because Ange Postecoglou used to manage in the J-League. And they've done really well for Celtic. Free kick, though, to Japan. Ball into the box. Oh, it's a dangerous one as well. A few Croatian legs were flaring and flailing at it. And then we've got a corner. Good start by Japan. It was a great ball. There he is, the Emperor once again. Infantino. Unlimited power. He gets shown every game, doesn't he? Every game starts and they show Infantino. He's always there, suit, with his trainers on. Thinking about his next speech. Corner though to Japan. Ito stands over it. Goes short in the end. Ball put in. It's a good ball! Oh! It's a chance. It's a big, big opportunity. 2 minutes in. It's a well-worked set piece. It's Taganucci, I think it is. Ball in. And I tell you what, it's a real opportunity. Ball in, about 6 yards out. He sees it all the way. He's got to get it on target. Should be disappointed, but Japan has started this really fast. Good start. Put pressure on the keeper. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. Maeda closes down Levakovic in goal. And Croatia haven't woke up. Japan really have. Look at this. He's taken an age. An absolute age to take that kick. And look at him. He's trying to pirouette around, saying I hit my foot. No chance. 3 minutes in, and Japan, they are ready. They mean business. It's Kovacic. To Luka Modric. First touch for him in this game. Modric. Here's Modric again. Might try and get the ball into the box. Wins a throw-in for Croatia. Well, it's a heck of a start to this match. That's what we want to see. As there's Dalic, the Croatia coach. Throw-in though to Croatia. Looks like they're going to go long. Try and pump it in the box. The flick on. Ricochets back out to the Croatian defenders. Here's Gvardio again. They'll nick over the top. Isn't enough. Kramaric. Dealt with nicely though by Japan. Gvardio again, wearing that mask. He's been brilliant in this tournament, hasn't he? Gvardio. Absolutely brilliant. Again, I think he's only 20 or something. He's been linked to Chelsea a couple of times now. And you can see why. Wouldn't be shocked come the summer if he goes to... I mean, it might not be Chelsea. It might be any club. He's a proper defender. Here's Modric. Perisic. Brozovic. Barisic. Gvardio again. Little turn there to Brozovic. Used to play... Does he still play for Inter Milan, Brozovic? Yeah, he does. But this is what to expect now. Once Croatia start to settle in this game, they do play a lot of possession-based football. They got good quality ball players in their side. Again, that midfield three, Brozovic, Kovacic, Modric, real quality ball players in there. Speaking of which, here is Modric. Asking Perisic to go for the ball. But it's Nagatomo. A little pass there by Modric again, aiming for Kovacic. He loses it though. But won back immediately by Croatia. See what the poll's saying. 71 votes. 73% of you saying Japan's going to advance to the quarterfinal. A lot of Japanese support in the chat today. It's what you like to see. So is that who we're supporting? We're supporting Japan. Is Barisic. Oh, nice little turn by Brozovic there. Spreads it out wide. Is Kramaric. Modric again. Dispossessed this time though. Here comes Ito. Keep travelling with it. Where's the throw in? Ed says, I don't know how Modric does extra time at his age. To be honest, but he never looks leggy. He never ever looks like he's struggling to get through any match. I mean, even for Real Madrid when they win, extra times in the Champions League or whatever, he just constantly has got it. He's absolutely proper. Chris Day says, I want Japan to win, but I think Croatia will have enough about them. That's probably, I'm in the same boat with you there, Chris, to be honest. I think people would like to see Japan win, but I think Croatia do have a lot of quality in their side. But the way that Japan are going to win this one, if they do, is how they started the match. Showing a lot of aggression. Don't allow... What was that? Tomiyasu just did a throw-in. It's gone straight out for a goal kick. What a waste. But 7 minutes gone. Japan 0, Croatia 0. Fast start from Japan, but now Croatia have just grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and, as you would expect, control the ball. It's a long ball. Japan look like they're going to deal with it. Oh, it's a bad pass. Here comes Perisic. Perisic is going to take a shot. Oh, it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Still not dealt with. Oh, it's a scramble. Keeper gets there in the end. Whoa, just about. It was a really short pass by the Japanese defender. Perisic manages to capitalise, and he gets into the box, and he's thinking, what am I going to do? He looks up to think, am I going to square it? He takes the shot in the end. The Japan keeper makes a good save. It's Tomiyasu. Started the game terribly. It's a shocking back pass. Perisic in the end, he has to take a shot because there's no one really there for him. He's waiting for someone in the box to kind of come and give him an opportunity to slide the ball over to him. There's nobody there, so he thinks, I'm going to have to take the shot. He takes it. It's a good save from the Japan keeper. But after Tomiyasu did a throw-in and just out for a goal kick, he's then done a short back pass and nearly put his team right in it. Bailed out by his goalkeeper. And it's gone all the way back to the Croatia keeper. Himanshu says, finally at a place where you're actually describing the game and not talking a crap drinking tea. Well, if as long as the game's good, you'll describe what's going on the screen. Sometimes in the past, when I've been doing match views, particularly with United last season, there was not a lot going on to talk about. You can only talk about what's being reflected on the screen. But nearly 9 minutes in, we've had a good start to this game. Here's Gavadio once again. Tries the ball over the top. Too much on it. The Japanese goalkeeper, Gonda, sweeps up. What I love as well about World Cup matches, especially with teams like Japan, which, look, you'll know a couple of players from if they play in the Premier League or in, the SPL in the case of the Celtic players or whatever. But I like learning a bit more about them. I like hearing their stories. I like seeing if they can handle it at the highest level on a World Cup stage. It's almost a bit of a football education, isn't it? Here's Livakovic, the Croatia goalkeeper. Goes long up the pitch. Header won by Yoshida. The Japanese striker, Maeda, went down there. Pushed by Lovren, looked like, but no free kick. Game Fanatic's been a member for 3 months. Appreciate 3 months of support. Game Fanatic, one of our UV members, says, come on, Japan and Korea. Asia represent. It's a big day for Asian football, isn't it? Absolutely. It's going to be a throw-in, I think, to Japan. Nagatomo is going to take. Who does he play for at the moment? Because obviously he had a really lengthy career with Inter Milan. He plays in Japan now for FC Tokyo. Obviously, really long career with Inter Milan as a wing-back. Very experienced player. Here's Gavadio. Lovren. Ball over the top. Headed away by Tanguchi. That's given away again. They're very adept at winning the ball back, aren't they? Very quickly, Croatia, and they're just so smooth. Particularly, it's that midfield. That midfield three of Kovacic, Brozovic, Modric. The two wide players, Perisic and Kramaric. Really strong. Well, here's the edge of the box. Modric, nearly fouled him. Just couldn't fall to him the right way. And Japan looking to step out a little bit here is Ito. Austin Baker's in with a KG bomb emoji. Yes. Shout out KG as always. Himanshu says, just for fun, Saudi in for United, Ronaldo going to Saudi. Are we the Saudi club that Ronaldo's coming to? Well, there was a strange report put out there today, wasn't there, that the Ronaldo move to Saudi Arabia had been completed, but then that was disputed. Here's Ito, right hand side, ball into the box, it's got a cross goal! Oh! How has that not gone in? It looked like it was going to be Nagatomo, Maeda as well. Look at this. It's great play by Ito. Look at it. He goes up the right-hand side, and he just gets the ball across the floor. Oh, such a good ball. And Maeda should get there, to be honest. Oh, he just misses the ball, and it's nearly Nagatomo's as well. Oh, it's actually a really good defensive knock. Is he giving a goal kick? Or is he giving a free kick? I've been ruled a foul, I was going to say. Yeah, it's a great actual bit of defensive play. But I think it's Juranovic. Just nicks it away from Nagatomo. But Ito, it's a fantastic ball. Just sort of sweeps it across the box on the floor. One of those teasing ones as a goalkeeper, you can't come for it. And as a defender, you're terrified. If I put something on this, it's going to go in my net. Japan have won the ball back, though. That might be a foul. Referee says no. Gets right back up, though. He's got to get back in defensive position. Here's Modric. Kramaric. Brozovic. Kovacic is a bit too far in front of him. Endo wins it for Japan. Here's Doan. And a great tackle by Petrovic. Palmyra says great cross. Absolutely. A real quality ball across the box. Like I said, I think Japan are no joke. They haven't beaten Germany and Spain in this tournament by fluke. It's because they've got quality players. And like I said, I've occasionally watched Celtic a few times this season. And they've got quite a few Japanese players in their side. And they are proper players. I remember back in the day, I don't think they do it as much now. But I remember when they used to show the J-League on Sky Sports. I don't think they do anymore. Here's Brozovic. Puts the ball out to Barisic. Brozovic once again. Really, I mean, you've got some proper conductors in that midfield, haven't you, as well? You've got Brozovic, who gets a lot of touches. Modric, who, of course, we know just the genius that he is. Kovacic is a quality player, can do a bit of everything as well. Gavadio. Great ball by Kovacic. Headed away by the Japanese defender. Modric has it, though. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Got over 270 people watching. Less than 50 likes. See if we can get up to 50. Of course, we're looking for 100 before half-time. There's a ball in behind. That's Kramaric has it. Kramaric. Ball into the box. It's not the best one. It's cleared. But we're 5 likes away from 50, by the way. 4 now. We can get higher, all the way to 100. Perisic. Lovren travels forward. Ball over the top. Surely that's got to be a handball. I was going to say, Modric nearly caught it. It was a ball over the top by Modric, and it looked like he sort of grabbed it here. Here's a replay of it. Yeah, well, I don't know, actually. It might be his chest, but for whatever reason, he moves his arm towards the ball. He doesn't really need to, I don't think. But it was a good run by Modric. Tomiyasu to Ito. Ooh, that might go for a corner. Can he pick it up? He's done. He's going to. It's Yoshida. Taniguchi. Nagatomo. Morita. Nice little switch. Great touch by Ito. Stops the ball dead. Tomiyasu again. Japan moving the ball around quite nicely now. Here comes Kamada. Nagatomo. Down the left-hand side for Japan. Looks to get the ball in the box. Does it? Oh, it's a great ball. He's looking for Maeda and he just misses the header. Japan, I tell you what, so far in this game, they've already got a couple of really good balls into the box. He was aiming for Maeda, but it's a great ball by Nagatomo. Look at this. That's a quality ball. And actually, Maeda, to be honest, he should do a bit better. It's there. It's there on his head, and he actually somehow misses the ball. It's a great touch by Ito. The wing-back system is really working for him. Really working the fullbacks. Ito, Nagatomo, they're getting up and down. The balls into the box are good. And actually, Maeda, you'd probably think he should do a bit better with a couple of chances he's had. Endo gives it to Kamada. Oh, it's a good turn. It's got to be a free kick. Gavadio takes him out. It was Doan. Gavadio absolutely kills him. There's a great little pirouette from Doan. Receives the ball from Nagatomo, I think it is. And it's just really smart play. Buys the foul, buys the free kick. Now it's another opportunity for Japan. When Japan are in full sort of flight, they're really, really smooth. Like I said, the wing backs get really high up the pitch, cause Croatia problems. They've got good delivery into the box. I think this has got the makers of a really interesting and fun match to watch this. 18 minutes gone, still 0-0. Both Japan and Croatia playing some good stuff. But Japan have the free kick. It's going to be Kamada, I think, standing over this one. Kamada goes a bit short. It's well worked. Tried to catch Croatia out with that one. That's got to be a foul to Croatia. No? Referee says no. Doan tries to put a ball into the box and headed all the way back to the goalkeeper. Offside was given. Here comes Brozovic again for Croatia. Modric. But I like the look of this game. This has got a good, nice tempo to it. I think you've got the more patient build-up from Croatia, having nearly 70% possession. But you have to remember, Japan defeated Spain with like 18% possession of the ball. They don't particularly care that much. Their whole game plan is about when we do have the ball, we're going to rush up the pitch quickly. We're going to push our wing-backs high. And we're happy to have good defensive shape. Keeper's in a bit of trouble here. Tomiyasu clears the ball up the pitch. Lovren. Oh, it's a heavy pass and it's a throw-in to Japan. And Japan will look to try and make the most of this. Get the ball up the pitch quickly. Nagatomo takes a quick throw-in. Switch to Tomiyasu. Here's Ito once again. Been really impressed. He's skipping past him. He's gone past Lovren. It's a great ball. Oh, I tell you what. That Ito on the right-hand side, the right wing-back, has looked really lively so far. Barisic can't handle him. The left back for Croatia is really struggling. Ito's fast, got good delivery, And if you're Barisic, you're probably saying to Kovacic or someone, you've got to help me. Maybe even Perisic, actually. Perisic, come back in because I can't deal with his pace. That's at least twice now that I can recall that Ito's been able to just skip past Barisic and get a decent ball into the box. Nagatomo wins the ball back. Kamada for Japan. Looking for Nagatomo again. Just about reaches him. Actually goes through the legs of Juranovic. Morita. You can hear there's real strong support for Japan inside the stadium too. Here's Ito once again. Another ball into the box. Bit of a deflection. And Croatia deal with it. Petkovic wins a free kick for Croatia. It's Yoshida with the foul on him. But 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. And a really tantalising fixture in front of us, it feels like. Yoshida, of course, formerly from Southampton. I believe he's at Schalke now. 34 years old, according to commentary. Was a staple, wasn't he, at Southampton for a really long time. Captains his country today against Croatia in the last 16. They've won the ball back there. Morita wins it for Japan. Bit of a short pass. Endo gives it to Nagatomo. Morita again. And Yoshida, a rare bit of possession for Japan here. Yoshida gives it to Morita. You'd say get it back out to Ito on the right hand side. Tomiyasu goes back home to Gonda. Morita to Yoshida again. Oh, he was looking for Ito again, and it was won back by Croatia. Gvardiol might have hurt himself actually here. He's down. Of course, he's wearing a mask, so he's definitely been in the wars, hasn't he? Top quality centre-back. He just went in a bit hard. It's in the most painful position, right in the groin. Oh, yes. It's very obvious where he's hurt. Nasty. 39 likes away from 100, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click that like button. See if we can get to 100 before half-time. See if we can get there before even halfway to half-time. That would be impressive. Victor says, Owen, anyone from Japan you'd recommend for United? It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's one thing to play in a World Cup. You could argue United, you're playing for United, there's a huge amount of pressure, isn't there? Massive amount of pressure. But 23 minutes gone. Free kick. Modric stands over it. Drums beating from the crowd. Modric, when the time's right, when the time comes, he's always got the good delivery in him. Wasn't the best one. Falls to the edge of the box. Oh, it's good. It's skied. It's over the bar. Miles over from Gvardiol. That's why he's a centre-back. Maybe he was blinded by his mask. Because it's miles over. Nice little pass, that. From Morita. Nagatomo. Here's Yoshida once again. To Tomiyasu. Little flick on by Maeda. Probably the first time he's won a header today. And it's gone all the way back to the Croatia goalkeeper. And Croatia just need to settle down a little bit. Japan have got a bit more momentum in the last few minutes or so. Again, you can look at statistics, and we will, with Croatia having 64% possession. But I would say that Japan have looked the far more threatening side, and the side looking more like scoring. They have good bits of possession between the back four and they get it into midfield, and Modric and Brozovic and Kovacic have some good touches and good passes. But, I mean, I suppose Perisic maybe has had the best chance in this game, forcing the save of the keeper. That's a good pass, though. It's run through. Petkovic. Oh, he doesn't get his head up to see the pass. There's nobody there. That's an opportunity. He was in behind the Japanese defence. Kramaric was free, and he doesn't see him. Wow. And it's just a simple ball. Simple ball over the top. And Petkovic is in. He's got no pace at all, does he? Kramaric is free. He's got his hand up in the air saying put it across the box, and he doesn't see him. He only sees Perisic on the edge. Although the one thing I would say with Petkovic, he's got no pace at all. Really no pace to run in behind. Here's Brozovic again. Gavadio. Lovren once again. Tries to find Kramaric, doesn't. Easily cut out by Nagatomo. Game's just slowed down a little bit here. Kovacic, though. Nice little pass that. 1-2 with Petkovic. Raz, one of our UV members, says, "Morning, how's the game so far?" Wow, after nearly 27 minutes, it's still 0-0, but it's been quite an exciting watch, actually. Japan have had some good moments, some good crosses into the box. Maybe could have scored. Perisic had an opportunity saved by the goalkeeper as well. Croatia dominating the possession, but Japan maybe being a bit more of the threatening side. Modric, that's a good 1-2. Modric gives it to Kovacic. Now the way out to Barisic. Oh, Perisic tried the dummy to sour the defender. It did not deceive the defence. But Brozovic, he's had quite a few touches of the ball, to be fair. Modric, oh, it's a brilliant ball to Perisic. Puts it across goal. Oh, you just felt maybe Perisic let it run him across him too much. But it's a great ball by Modric. Ball back into the box. Ito just flicks it on. Here's Barisic. Another ball put in. Back post. Oh, you would have thought Kramaric was just there to knock it in. Somehow it's not gone in. Ball put in once again by Modric. Back post. Perisic goes for the header. And it's cleared by Ito. But it's better from Croatia. I don't know how it's not got him with Kramaric at the back post there. Somehow, some way. Barisic puts the ball in. It's a flick on by Perisic. And it's just there for Kramaric to not in. And he just can't get his foot there. But he doesn't really stretch out his foot. But Nagatomo maybe just does enough at the back post to put off Kramaric. But that's what you expect to see a bit more, really, from Croatia, isn't it? You know, you've got good wingers like Perisic and Kramaric. You've got to use them. Speaking of which, here is Petkovic. Perisic. And Kovacic. Nice little attempt to ball over the top to Modric. Doesn't get there. Spurs is Ivan Perisic, of course. Favourite of Antonio Conte. Of course, Manchester United linked to Perisic during the Jose era. Jose wanted him in 2018, but he was considered too old at the time. Ball put into the box. Headed away by Japan. Put back into the box from Barisic. Juranovic, Modric again. Barisic goes to put the ball in the box. Easily dealt with by Yoshida. But Croatia now starting to have a bit of a spell here. Starting to get a bit more of an advantage. Starting to ping Japan back. Modric. But Japan win it back. Here's Endo. Good ball. Great ball. Here come Japan. He's got to find the right option. Nagatomo's there for support. But the Japanese player's down still. Is he going to try and get the ball into the box? Not sure really where he's going. He's got no support at all. He had no support. What's he supposed to do? He was surrounded by white shirts. "30 minutes gone, still 0-0. Croatia just starting to get more and more into this game, you feel like, starting to wear down Japan, getting more possession. But you see an instance like just that from Japan. They've always got that possibility they've got that possibility to get forward a bit. But again, Croatia dominating possession. 3 shots by Croatia, only 1 on target. Japan only had the 1 shot. Doesn't really tell the full tale though, because they have had 2 really good opportunities. Particularly 2 fantastic crosses into the box. But they're so neat and tidy on the ball, aren't they, Croatia? Where they're in positions like this, and they can just get it to Modric, get it to Brozovic. Kramaric gives it to Kovacic. Perisic looked to find the striker. Couldn't find him then. It's Modric again. Kovacic. Modric once more. Gives it out to Juranovic. Lose it. And here come Japan looking to counter always. As soon as they win it back, they're looking to counter right away. Endo. Oof, just about got there. Yoshida. That was a bit lucky. Oh. Good little play there from Japan. Yoshida. 20 likes away from 100, by the way, guys. Over 300 people watching. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. If you wish to join the UV Members Club, links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. You get your badges, your emojis, your exclusive members-only content, such as UV Raw. New episodes coming soon. Here's Kamada. Tomiyasu. Tries to find Ito with the pass. Can't find him. Morita puts it out to Nagatomo. Got no real support there. He has to go back. Endo. Tomiyasu. Ito once again. Heavy touch. Oof. But now Japan have a bit of possession with Morita. Ball over the top. Here's Doa. Kamada. No real opportunities since those first ones in the first 15 minutes or so. A lot of posturing from both sides, feels like. Morita again. Endo. And now it's Croatia with everyone behind the ball. Doan. Oh, Mayo. Oh, it nearly just... It just hasn't fallen for Japan, has it? It's a couple of times now where it looks like they're doing some good moves and it just doesn't fall for them. That'll be a free kick. It was a real nice build-up from Japan too. A little bit of composure. Look at this nice build-up play. Endo. Nice little 1-2. And Maeda. Maeda and Endo. A bit of a miscommunication. But they do play some really nice football. It's just a case of, are they able to withstand some of the quality players that that Croatia have? Here's Doan. Tries a little reverse pass. And he's just surrounded by Croatia shirts. Too easy. Here's Monita. Oof. Gvardio wins it. And look at him. Steps up the pitch. Oh, he just fizzed it in. He absolutely fizzed it into Kramaric. Gvardio wins it. Runs up the pitch. And then you're just thinking just give it an easy pass. He fires it in at Kramaric. But really what you were thinking is actually Kramaric, make a run. Make a run so when Gvardio just put his foot through it, you can run onto it. If you're not going to make the run, it's always going to have to go to your feet. Good tackle by Kamada. Like I said, inside the stadium, there's a really good atmosphere, actually. Japan have got great support. 9 minutes to go to half-time, plus stoppage time, of course. Not really been much stoppages, actually, so I wouldn't expect too much for this first half. Speaking of which, because we've got 9 minutes left, we are 13 likes away from 100. So we can get to we can easily get to 100 likes before half-time. Easy. We can hit our targets. Great pirouette by Kamada, and he's just given the ball away. One back, though. Doan. It's actually Modric, surprisingly, gives the ball away. Nagatomo. Morita. Been impressed with Morita and Endo in midfield, though, for Japan. They keep the ball ticking over. Given away by Ito, who had a good opening sort of 15 minutes and has dropped off quite a bit. It looked like he had Barisic on toast. They just haven't got the ball out to him enough. Speaking of which, here he comes again. But I've been impressed by Endo and Morita for Japan. Good two midfield players. Nagatomo. You would also say for Japan, you just got to get your wing-backs involved a bit more. They were proving really, really threatening to Croatia in the first sort of 10-15 minutes. And now they've been pinned back a little bit by Barisic and Juranovic, respectively. But I think Endo and Morita have done well. Nagatomo. Tanganucci. I love working on my pronunciation through the World Cup as well. Here is Nagatomo. Listen to the crowd. As soon as he picks up the ball, Nagatomo tries to get a ball in. Goes for a goal kick. Terrible. Terrible cross. Ed says, I can see how Croatia always end up going to extra time now. Well, absolutely, yeah. Out of their last 7 knockout games at the Euros and the World Cup, 6 have gone to extra time, and you can kind of see why, can't you? You can see why that is the case. Not for the lack of trying, though, by Japan. I do feel like there are goals in this one, though. I do. I think Japan do look dangerous. Maybe it's just their sort of centre forward, Maeda. Maybe they just need that goal scorer. Might be the difference. Three likes away from 100, by the way, guys. So only 3 to go. You could be the 100th like. And we'd hit the target way before half-time. Look at that. That'd be unbelievable. And of course, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. I'll be live later on for Brazil versus South Korea. That stream will become public at halftime. But you don't even have to go anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere because once this stream ends, you'll be redirected to the to this evening's stream. So you can keep the window open. You can do whatever you want. You can set a reminder to come back later on. It's all done for you through the magic of technology. Free kick, though, to Croatia. Ball put in. Modric. And swept away by Doan. Breaks to Ito. And he's rapid. Keep running, Ito. Keep running. Tries a reverse pass. He's able to Maeda. What can he do? Ball into the box. Cleared. Oh, nearly goes back to Maeda. Maeda wins the ball back. Gives it to Endo. Nice ball. Turns back inside. Oh, over the bar. Oh, opportunity for Japan there. Real opportunity. I tell you what, their football's absolutely fantastic. But it's just getting it in the back of the net. Look at this. Endo, I said I've been really impressed with the two central midfielders for Japan. Endo and Morita. And it's actually Endo with a reverse pass there. It's brilliant. They're good players. Real quality players. Like I said, I was impressed with the wing-backs earlier on with Ito and Nagatomo. But it's actually Endo and Morita have been the two that have impressed me the most. They're so comfortable on the ball. And you just need that little bit of composure. And you got it then from Endo. But they can't get that finish. If they had a decent striker, if they had a striker that could score goals, you'd be a bit wary of them. Because their build-up play is actually really, really tidy. 888 votes, by the way, guys. 75% say Japan is advancing to the quarterfinals and not Croatia. Still plenty of time to go. We have hit 100 likes, by the way, folks. So appreciate that. If you haven't already, click that like button. We've already set the precedent there, so that means by full time we can get to 200. Switch by Yoshida over to Nagatomo. As we enter the last few minutes of the first half, you would say it's Japan who have looked more lively, more bright. Croatia have dominated possession, but it doesn't mean that much. Here's Ito again. Now he's going to go up against Barisic, who he's had on toast the whole game. Doesn't get past him that time. Ito. It's not a bad ball. Oh, miscommunication there. It was Juranovic who actually heads it away from his goalkeeper. Look at this. It's a good ball into the box. And I said their deliveries, Japan as well, have been decent into the box. Great support for Japan. And it's going to be... Who's standing over the corner? It's Doan. Doan with the corner. Ball in. Headed away for another corner. It's headed away by Brozovic this time. Doan with a second chance at this one. The delivery for that first corner wasn't too great. Doan, ball into the box. It's another good one. Oh, ricochets. It's a goal. Japan have scored. And it's deserved. It's absolutely deserved. Japan have scored. And it's absolutely brilliant. Japan 1-0 up. And I tell you what, they've absolutely deserved it. It's a fantastic goal, and it is the centre forward. It's Maeda. He's put in effort. He's put absolutely so much effort into this tournament, into this game so far. I just hadn't fallen for him a couple of times. Missed a couple of headers. Went over his head. Poor touch, but this is the time. It's a ball into the box. I've said their delivery is really good. Real well-worked set piece. Ball in. Everyone's onside, it looks like. It's an absolute peach of a ball in. Look at that. Fantastic. Croatia don't deal with it. And it's Maeda who reacts quicker. He reacts the fastest. It bounces off a Croatia defender. And he just reacts quicker. And just, as a good poacher does, puts it in the back of the net. And it's deserved. Absolutely deserved for Japan. And it's 1-0. There might be an offside check. We'll have to wait and see. But it's deserved. I hope it's given. Because they've been fantastic. I've said their delivery all through the first half has been brilliant. And it really, truly has. And showed once again, really well-worked set-piece goal too. Now they're taking their time. Let's see if it's given. It's given. Get in! Japan, 1-0 up. Come on. Deserved. 1-0. And it looks like Japan are going to be heading into the break at halftime 1-0 up. And they've absolutely deserved it. Croatia need to wake up because they have been nowhere near good enough, and Japan, quite frankly, have been brilliant. I've really enjoyed watching them play. I love their system, 3-4-3. Like I said, I love their wing-backs, their set pieces, their deliveries, the two midfielders, Endo, Morita. Real nice composure on the ball. Brilliant. And as AB says, let's not forget Kubo is injured. Yeah, of course. Now, Croatia, They've been taking teams to extra time. They've been doing extra time in 6 of their last 7 knockout stages in the Euros and in the World Cup. And now they've got to get a goal to even take it there. But it's going to be 2 extra minutes of stoppage time. But to be honest, 2 minutes of stoppage time, it's justified because the ball hasn't been out of play that much. But let's go Japan. Throw for Japan. And again, entirely deserved. They've been fantastic. Now, I would say now, they shouldn't change how they're playing at all now. Just because they're 1-0 up, they should still keep playing positive. They should still make sure they keep getting their wing-backs high. They should keep saying to Endo and Morita, keep moving the ball around nicely. The front three, Kameda, Doan, and Maeda, keep showing that endeavour. But Croatia got to do something. Just seeing a replay here. It's a really well-worked corner. Look at this delivery. Brilliant. He's onside. Both people's arms are offside. But it doesn't matter, and it's deserved, justified. But it'll be interesting to see if Croatia do indeed make any changes. And again, not only is it deserved for Japan because they've played the better football, but in addition to that, they've had the fans have been cheering them on, and they've really given them something to cheer about. Here's Modric. Nice little reverse pass that. Modric wants to get a ball into the box. Petkovic, corner of Croatia. It's going to be the last kick of the half. Yoshida tells his goalkeeper, concentrate. Got to concentrate. Got to remain focused. 2 minutes are up, but they'll have one last kick. Stay focused. Modric, can he deliver a quality ball? There is quite a lot of height in this Croatian side. Can their delivery replicate Japan's? Japan's delivery's been fantastic. Gavadio into the box, of course. Lovren. Brozovic. Petkovic. All tall players. They've gone short as well. Kovacic. Brilliant reverse pass by Modric. Ball into the box. Oh, nearly went to Lovren at the back. And that's going to be half-time. Half-time. And it's Japan 1, Croatia 0, and it's entirely deserved. A goal late in the half from Maeda, and entirely deserved. They've been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. 1-0 up, and so far, still 45 minutes to go, but they're halfway there to a quarter-final draw. Fantastic and absolutely deserved. Again, let's have a quick look at the stats before we look at the chat. Just to confirm here. 3 shots apiece for both sides. 3 shots for Japan, 3 shots for Croatia. Both with a shot on target. Croatia dominated possession, 59% possession, 41 to Japan. In terms of passes completed, Croatia again on top with that, 318 passes to Japan's 221. Pass accuracy, 89% for Croatia, 83 for Japan. But the most important statistic, and the one that you can't really measure, is right there at the top. It's 1-0 to Japan. I guess you can measure it actually because they scored more goals. But the point being is that if you just looked at those statistics, and this is why sometimes you have to be careful when you look at stats, because if you look at those stats there, you'd say, well, it's been quite an even game then. And it really hasn't. Yeah, Croatia have had the ball, but Japan have played the better football. They've had the better endeavour. Their players they look like they want to score. They look like they want to attack. Again, I think the formation's working really, really well for Japan. 3-4-3. The 3 centre-backs are tight, but they do spread out, they do split, and they push the wing-backs really high up the pitch. Ito and Nagatomo, especially in those opening 5 or 10 minutes, they were pushing Barisic and Juranovic all the way back. They couldn't deal with them, particularly Barisic on the right-hand side there for Japan. Could not deal with Ito. And again, I think arguably actually the 2 players I was impressed with the most in a game when we're talking about and waxing lyrical about the midfield options that Croatia have, when we're talking about Kovacic and Brozovic and Modric nipping the ball around nicely. If anything, it's Endo and Morita for Japan. They're the 2 that are controlling the game. They're the 2 that are really keeping the tempo ticking over for Japan, and I think their endeavour and their passing's been excellent. And when it comes to the goal, Maeda, look, again, it was a bit difficult for him in that first half. There were a couple of crosses in the box where you would say, actually throw your head at it or dive at it a little bit more. But in the end, he gets a goal just by good striking instincts. We're just seeing the chances that Japan have had in this first half. And I mentioned it a couple of times that the delivery for Japan's been excellent, and the delivery for the goal, it's a brilliant ball into the box. Croatia don't deal with it enough, and it just ricochets to Maeda, who just, again, good forward instincts. When the ball ricochets to you, make sure you get the ball on target. It's a brilliant ball as well by Doan. A real quality ball into the box. Look at this. And they're just showing the automated offside. Both players' arms are ahead. You can't score with your arms, so you're onside. It's a tight one, but that's what you want to see. You don't want to see goals ruled out. You want to see goals in games. And again, it's good reactions, good centre-forward reactions from Maeda, who, as I said, during the first half, there were a couple opportunities with those balls in the box where you would say, just misses his head, or he just can't stretch out enough for it. But his endeavour pays off in the end, and entirely deserved for Japan, who have been, I think, really, really impressive in that half. And look, Croatia are no slubs too. Croatia are a good side. They've got quality players, but when you've got endeavour, and we're just seeing here Maeda, his pressing in the first half. I mean, he nearly pressed the goalkeeper into a mistake there, actually, in the first minute or so, and it really set the tempo for Japan. Their work rate is there to be seen, and we're just seeing that ball into the box from Ito there, which Maeda maybe should have got onto more, and Nagatomo also nearly got there at the back post as well. But I've been really impressed by Japan. And it is, yeah, they're underdogs in this match, but they're deservedly in front. Just seeing another replay here of Nagatomo when he puts the ball into the box, aims for Maeda. That was the one. But I just felt he timed the header wrong because the ball was there. The ball was there and he just completely mistimed it. So I guess maybe he deserved his goal as well. If you get in those positions enough times, if you keep getting in the positions, eventually the ball will fall to you and you can get your goal. And now Croatia, who, by the way, as I mentioned before kickoff, 6 out of their last 7 knockout ties in the Euros and the World Cup have gone to extra time. This might be the case this evening because they've got to do more. They really do. They've got the players. They've got Kovacic. They've got Brozovic. They've got Modric. They've got their 2 wingers in Perisic and Kramaric. Of course, Perisic did have an opportunity in that first half. But realistically, with that opportunity for Perisic, I'm just seeing it back now, he doesn't want to take the shot there because he's through on goal, but it's an awkward angle. What he's looking for, and he takes an age as well because he looks across the box. He takes an absolute age because he's looking at someone going, is there going to be a Brozovic or a Modric or a Kramaric or a Petkovic arriving so I can just slide the ball across and they can tap it into the net? But there's nobody there to be seen. So I would just question sometimes, again, their endeavour to get into the box. Maybe that's the difference between the two sides. There's one team in there in Japan who wants to get people into the box, who wants to throw everything on the line to get to the ball. And you've got another team in Croatia that they're neat and tidy on the ball, but they're just sort of walking around a little bit and they're not really pushing people into the box, pushing people forward. And sometimes at an international level where, yeah, you've got quality players on either side, and yes, you've got someone like Luka Modric in your side who's a Ballon d'Or winner and quality player, world-class, maestro of midfield, sometimes work rate and endeavour, that's going to get you over the line. And this Japan side, it's not as if they're bad. They beat Germany and Spain. They beat 2 former world champions. They know what they're doing. And again, really, really impressed by them. We've got nearly 400 people watching, so be sure to smash a like on the like button. We're 17, miles off of my math, 17 likes away from 150 likes. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Let's get to 150 before the second half starts. But let me know your thoughts in the live chat as well. We'll get your chats up on the screen. Raz says Modric was pretty quiet. Joe says stats don't matter. They beat both Germany and Spain. Absolutely. And they beat Spain, the latter, with, I think it was something like 18% possession. Absolutely. Raz says Croatia need to be very careful. If they attack Japan and open up too much, they're going to leave huge spaces for Japan, which has fast-paced players and can shock them on the counter. AB says that maths was a bit suspect. It was, yes, it was a bit suspect. That maths, I can improve. We're 11 likes away from 150, so if you haven't clicked that like button yet, be sure to do so. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV members club as well. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. You get your badges, your emojis, your exclusive members only content as well. The emojis are the likes of the flex emoji, who of course is out there in Qatar at the moment. You get the KG emoji. There's 2 of them. There's KG with and without hair. You get the KG bomb emoji. You get myself, that version of the emoji. You get Marcel, Marcel's porridge. I've also got a message from Marcel, actually, during the first half. He says, Japan 1-0 up. Yes, Japan 1-0 up. He's Marcel, big supporter of Japan. Also was a big supporter of Jan Sommer this morning to be the number one for Manchester United, which was insane. If you haven't watched it, I do recommend to go back and watch the morning view. Not right now, of course. We're amongst friends. We're watching the World Cup. We're watching Japan be 1-0 up against Croatia. But he was on one this morning. Always good fun with Marcel. Of course, we'll be back live tomorrow morning for the morning view as well. I'll be joined by Mina tomorrow, who is absolutely smashing it, by the way, with The Athletic during this World Cup. I saw she had an interview she did. She's churning out articles. I saw one she did about the Netherlands, about their goal that they scored against the USA, like 20 passes in the build-up to it. So shout out Mina. She's going to be joining me tomorrow morning, 9 a.m, as always, for the morning view. I'll also be back later on this evening as well for Brazil versus South Korea, the next game in the last 16 of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Hopefully we can get another upset. Could you imagine that? Oh, if South Korea beat Brazil, that would be massive. But you don't have to go anywhere when it comes to that stream, because once this stream ends, we're not going anywhere just yet, don't you worry, but once this stream does end, you'll be redirected to that stream, which I'm going to make public right now, and then you can set a reminder for yourself so you can go away, you can have something to eat, you can go outside for a walk, you can stretch your legs, you can do whatever you want, and you can come back and join me later on this evening, or you can just leave the window open. You can leave the window open, and then you can join me later on this evening as we see, certainly you would think, one of the favourites in Brazil face off against South Korea. And again, if they were able to pull off an upset, South Korea there, that would be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it? And we're 10 likes away from 150 likes, by the way, which is amazing, guys. 150 is the target before the second half resumes play, as Japan look to defend a 1-0 lead against Croatia from the first half. Raz says, I love seeing Marcel's Twitter during this World Cup. He gets so excited about so many players. Better scout than anyone at United, to be fair. Wow, if you do wish to follow Marcel, you can do so. Marcel 11 or 10 on Twitter. He gets very, as Raz says, excited. Talks in all caps and all emojis, but that's Marcel. That's Marcel. It's fantastic. Ed says, Big Money Mina as her name right now. Absolutely. Like I said, she's absolutely smashing it. Couldn't be prouder of Mina during this World Cup as well. Absolutely fantastic stuff. A reminder too, we'll be live Wednesday for a Manchester United match view. Manchester United back in action for the first of their two friendlies during the Spain warm weather camp. Easy for me to say. They'll be facing Cadiz. We'll be live from UVHQ with a full panel of people. We'll also be live Saturday for the second friendly against Real Betis in Spain. Again, full panel of people. KG and myself will be live in UVHQ. And then following that, back-to-back marathon settings, because after United's friendly, we'll be there also for a match view live from UVHQ for England versus France. The world champions versus the champions of our hearts. And what a game that's set to be as well. 3 likes from 152, by the way. And really enjoyed that first half. To be honest, I just really enjoyed doing these remote solo match views. You know, I think they're a lot of fun. Allows us to have a chat back and forth. I know sometimes some people can't, for whatever reason. They're not able to watch the game, whether it's they're at work or they're out and about, or they've got family who's got TV on. I got a message the other day saying someone's watching Toy Stories. I can't put the telly on, but I can listen to you. So whatever it takes, we can all enjoy the World Cup together. Or sometimes people just like watching the game and having a bit of a different commentary amongst friends. So I appreciate you all joining me for this game, as we're just seeing on my screen pictures of Bukayo Saka, who of course scored yesterday in that 3-0 victory over Senegal. Shout out also to Raheem Sterling, who had to travel home because of a horrible incident involving his family and people going into his home and all that kind of stuff. It's horrible. The world we live in sometimes, isn't it? Very, very sad, certainly. But shout out to Raheem Sterling, and hopefully football comes secondary when it comes to stuff like that. It really does. Obviously, look, we get caught up in the World Cup and we get caught up in the emotion of it, but some things pale in comparison, and certainly family does, and certainly your loved ones do, and hopefully they're okay and they're not too shook up by the situation. And the people that felt that they could enter someone's home and steal their stuff, hopefully they get put to justice, certainly. So there you go. 1,200 people voted in the chat, by the way, in the poll, by the way, which is fantastic. Appreciate everyone that has voted. Who, at the moment, they're leading with maybe the scoreline or maybe just with their hearts, because the question was who advances to the quarterfinals, and 78% say Japan, 22 say Croatia, and at the moment, it looks like you might be proved right. It might be Japan booking their place in the quarterfinals. So I'm assuming, actually, let me get my bracket up. Let me get my bracket up and see who this group who the winner of this match, would face. I would assume, would it be the winner of Brazil, South Korea? Is that the case, or am I misreading that? Here we go. Indeed. So the winner of this match, Japan or Croatia, will face off against the winner of Brazil versus South Korea on the 9th of December. So you could have an all Asia clash. You could have Japan versus South Korea. How big would that be for Asian football? That would be massive, because either way then you've got a guaranteed Asian team in the semi-final of the World Cup. That would be absolutely incredible. But to get there, South Korea have to beat Brazil, and Japan still have to get a result against Croatia. But we've got a big second half ahead of us. And my thing would be, when it comes to Japan, just don't change your tactics. Don't change your style of football. It's working. Be a bit careful. Make sure that, you're still defensively resolute, and make sure you can still be aware, because Croatia clearly I don't think they'll play as bad as they did in the first half, and they'll try and create more opportunities. And it's a football match, so opportunities will come. But at the same time, keep doing what you're doing, because there's definitely goals in there. And I mentioned it in the first half, didn't I? I felt like there were goals in that first half, and we proved to be correct, certainly. We hit 150, by the way, 150 likes. Appreciate that. Now, the push is on for the 200 by full time. We've hit every target today. We hit 100 before half time. We then hit 50 before the second half started, and now the road to 200 before the full time whistle. Depending on when that's going to be, it might be at 90 minutes, it might be at 120 minutes, it might be after penalties. Anything certainly is possible here. So yes, be sure to smash a like on the like button. As I mentioned, we'll be live throughout the entirety of it. So absolutely, just seeing some pictures of France there. I'm trying not to think too much about it. I mentioned yesterday I didn't get actually too nervous when I was watching England versus Senegal, but that one might get the butterflies flowing in the old stomach. Butterflies the size of eagles in the stomachs, as the saying goes. Players are back out on the pitch though. Tell you what, that halftime break just flies, isn't it? But here we go, Japan. 45 minutes to glory. Marita standing in the centre circle there, chatting with Kamada. They would just say, keep going. Come on, Japan. And we're underway. Second half kicks off. No changes made by either side. And it's Japan 1, Croatia 0. As I mentioned, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Over 400 people watching. We can get to 200 before full time. Absolutely easy. And if you are a member of the UV Members Club, get the emojis going in the chat too. Here's Kamana, cuts inside, takes a shot! Whoo, fizzes it over the goal. And now it's quite interesting, actually, because in the second half, Japan are shooting into the end where all of their supporters are. I mean, the majority of the supporters in the stadium are Japanese, it must be said. But look at that support from the Japanese fans behind the stadium, behind the goal, excuse me. Kamida's having a good game too. I mean, there's really some good players. One back by Yoshida. Croatia won the ball back here. Good opportunity. Ball into the box. It was cleared by Tamaguchi. Japan just got to make sure, especially in the opening stages of the second half, Croatia are going to come out strong. FA says, have you seen the Portugal coach's comment on Ronaldo? I haven't. So if you want to let me know in the live chat, absolutely feel free to do so. Because I have not seen it. Throw in though, Croatia puts the ball into the box. Headed away by Yoshida. Cleared by Nagatomo. Here's Juranovic. Lovren with the header. Brozovic. And here's Gavardio. I really didn't like it at all. Portugal manager Fernando Santos reveals his rage at Cristiano Ronaldo and even hints at dropping the sulking captain at the World Cup over his reaction to being subbed. Well, Ronaldo not being happy at being subbed. I think we've heard that before, haven't we? We've lived it. Of course, he got substituted against South Korea, didn't he? Maeda's chasing that. Oh, Lovren just heads it back to the goalkeeper. Maeda, though, with that in endeavour. I mean, of course, look, he's going to start, isn't he, tomorrow, Ronaldo. But, again, we've lived that. And I'm glad that that's over. Brozovic goes for the long ball. Nearly falls to Petkovic. Just didn't drop for the striker. Endo clears it. And here comes Japan again, Kamada. To Nagatomo, who actually gives it away. Good tackle. Great tackle there by Endo. I'm telling you, Endo and Morita, they've been brilliant. They really have in this game so far. I've been so impressed with the two central midfielders. Morita and Endo. Endo has had the most tackles in the last 2 seasons in the Bundesliga. Captain for Stuttgart. You can see why. Ball hooked back in by Kovacic. Goes out for a goal kick. And a goal kick to Japan. Just seeing this replay. It was very speculative by Kovacic. Just kind of without looking tries to hook the ball over his shoulder. Keeper not worried whatsoever. Japan waves his defenders away. He's not going to go short this time. Croatia certainly looking to try and press from the front on the penalty area instead of letting Japan go short for goal kicks. Look at the press though by Kamada. Kamada and Maeda, they just don't stop running, do they? Kovacic loses out to Ito. Good spin by Doan. Gives it out to Nagatomo. Nice little 1-2 there from Morita to Doan. Ball into the box again. Oh, deflection this time, but it wasn't a bad one. Edge of the box. Oh, it's kind of scuffed it from Morita. Here's Morita again. Just a bit of a poor touch. And it's headed out for a throw into Japan. Headed out by Barisic. Tomiyasu. Endo, Tomiyasu. He wants a foul. Referee gives it. It took a while to give it, the referee. He took his time. The JFA wants the Japanese football team to win the World Cup by 2050. Which, to be honest, how many years is that then? 28? 28 years. They want to win the World Cup in the next 28 years. So that's what, the next... How many World Cups is that? 6? 8? 7? 7. 7 World Cups. Math's struggling today. Could Japan win the World Cup in the next 7 World Cups? Anything's possible. I think Japanese football's growing. Ball into the box from Croatia. Japanese goalkeeper comes and claims it. They want a penalty. They're claiming to the referee. Perisic is right in the referee's face. So is Kovacic. They're furious. Here's Doan. Referee from the United States. Austin, Texas to be specific. Here's Endo. One back, though, for Croatia. This is an opportunity. Petkovic. Sloppy. That's an opportunity. They should be really disappointed with that. He's won the ball back high up the pitch. You've then got runners either side, and Petkovic just takes ages. It takes an age to do anything, and doesn't do anything in the end. Did De Gea snub Marcel for him to have such a hard agenda on him to boot him out? I don't know. I don't know. The thing is with Marcel, like, it's not a bit at all. That is legitimately who he is. He is unabashedly himself, and you've got to love him for it. What a guy. And he'll be wearing a David De Gea shirt come the end of next summer, because he said that Harry Kane's going to be a United player, and that ain't going to happen. That is not going to happen. So not only is he going to be wearing David De Gea's shirt, he's going to be wearing a David De Gea shirt. He's going to be wearing De Gea's actual match-worn shirt. It's going to be tremendous. As Ed says, he said himself he loves an agenda. Calling me. Disgrace. Cheat. Here comes Ito once again. On the counter-attack. Keeps running. Endo. Ito. Ball into the box. Deflection. This should be a corner to Japan. It wasn't Marcel calling me. It was actually KG. I don't know what he's calling me for. I don't know what he's calling me for. I'm live, KG. You know that. Unless he wanted to tell me how well Japan were playing. Ball in from Doan. Should I call him back? I'll try and call him back. I'll see what he says. See what he says.
Mate.
You're right, mate. You're live on United View. You called me. I'm in the middle of a match view stream.
Oh, yeah, that stream must be terrible.
What's
to
what?
Answer my calls.
Well, no. I thought I don't want to be rude. I've got with people here watching. I didn't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to be rude.
I was just praising you because that sketch that we got coming.
Oh, you've just dropped an exclusive. There you go, folks. Yeah.
Owen, this again, all Owen's idea. Owen called me for this one. He said, "You have to do it." That's all I'll say. Owen called me. He came to my show the other day and he goes, "Oh, you gotta do this."
Yeah. And
that's it. So bloody hell!
Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Croatia have scored. Brilliant.
Oh, no!
Perisic. What a header by Ivan Perisic. Ball into the box. He heads it.
No!
It's a brilliant goal as well. What a header. 1-1.
Damn it.
Look at you, KG. You call in and not only do you drop bombs, quite literally, that there's a sketch coming, but also Perisic scores.
That's crazy. Listen, you lot enjoy the stream. Hopefully, I just miss Man United. I'm not going to lie. This is all brilliant. I miss our club. I miss the drama of our club. Our club's like Coronation Street FC.
Yeah.
And, obviously there's always something happening and I'm just missing it now.
KG, I tell you what, the chat has turned on you. They're blaming you for Perisic's goal.
Oh, the chat can go to hell.
They're saying it's the KG judge.
No, because I want Thingy to win. I want Japan to win.
Exactly, but
they'll come back.
They'll
come back.
There you go.
They'll come back.
There you go. But guys, be sure to check out KG's channel this evening because the best sketch is coming. I've never laughed so much in my life, honestly.
Owen, don't build it up like that, but it's good.
It is good. It is good. It is good.
All right, wicked.
Yeah, speak to you later, mate. Peace.
See you later. That's fun.
There you go, KG. They scored. The judge is judging. KG, unbelievable. But it's 1-1. Perisic scored. As things stand, we're heading to extra time. Look at that. We are 23 likes away from 200, by the way. It's a proper header, too. It really is. Here comes Japan again. Nagatomo. Nagatomo, ball in. Here's Endo. Takes a shot. Oh! Tipped over the bar. Lavakovic. I tell you what, that's a heck of a shot. Heck of a shot by Endo. Again, I like him. I do like Endo. Look at this. It's dipping. And it just tips it over the bar. But it's a proper header by Perisic, wasn't it? He does have class. And it kind of comes out of nothing. But now we've got a game on our hands, folks. We really do. Ball into the box. Keeper with a bit of a punch. Lavakovic with the punch. Here comes Morita. And now suddenly, people are woke up, haven't they? Ito goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Gonda. And have Japan's chances of progressing gone? Duh. Come on. Oh, Croatia have won the ball back. Here comes Perisic once again, racing into the box. Perisic cuts inside, scuffs it. It might fall to... Oh, it's a great block. It prevents Brozovic from running in and possibly tapping it into the net. Juranovic. Croatia have definitely woke up. Nagatomo clears it. 58 minutes gone, 1-1. Ivan Perisic's goal cancels out Maeda's first half late poacher's finish. And now this last 16 tie is very much woken up. Juranovic with the throw-in. You can start to hear the Croatia supporters now. They've got something to cheer about finally. Juranovic actually goes short in the end. To Lovren. He's going to try and get the ball into the box. It's headed away though. Cleared by Japan. JB says spirit of flex in this game. Wow, with the KG judge. KG's got the judge. Now usually he's got the positive judge, it must be said. Because with KG, he's very much believed to the last minute. And at several points actually, for even here on United View, he said believe, 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 and we've got a late winner or a late equalizer. But classic KG, it's all about timing with him. Here's Doan. Kamada. Or Kamada, excuse me. Nagatomo. What's the delivery like? Puts the ball into the box, headed away by, I think it was Lovren. Endo, is he going to take a shot? Cuts inside. Morita. Endo. Can't get the shot away. Man, listen to the noise of the Japanese supporters. Doan looks to be down on the floor. I think there's a bit of a collision between him and that might be... Who is that? Is that Juranovic? It might be. It's Barisic. They just tried to go through the middle of the Croatia defence. Couldn't really do it. But 60 minutes gone. Japan won. Croatia won. 20 likes away from 200, guys. 30 minutes away from full time. We can get to 200 way before full time. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right hand corner. We'll take another look at the poll. Who over 1,400 votes. And 79% says Japan's going to advance to the quarterfinal. We can see where the support is. Maybe the question I'll ask for the next game for Brazil versus South Korea will be, who are you supporting? Ball into the box, cleared by Japan. That's got to be a foul. And he kicked the ball away. Brozovic, you should be booked. And Pletkovic is coming off the striker. He's been really, really poor. Petkovic has been, again, I think he's got no pace. I think he's not even played with his back to goal. Budamir's come on to replace him. And justifiably so. I thought Petkovic is really poor. But Budimir plays for Osasuna in Spain. And Croatia have the ball once again. Here's Juranovic. Kovacic to Barisic. Croatia definitely feel like they've woken up a little bit. No doubt about that. Lovren tries a long ball into the box. Dealt with by Yoshida. Here's Modric. Half volley. Oh, what a save by the goalkeeper that is. Luka Modric, 25 yards out, half volley. It's dipping in. It's going in, and the keeper makes a really good save. Look at this. Half volley off the chest. You just know. You really know. It's a great save. Look at this. That's a good save. Keeper does well. I tell you what, that's alarm bells ringing. 25 yards out, half volley, Luka Modric. It's going on target. You know it's going on target. And the keeper makes a good save. Corner ball, though, to Croatia. Ball into the box. It might... They're going to keep that in? Nope, goes out. Japan throw it. Japan goal kick, excuse me. This is a game. I've enjoyed this one so far. I'm just seeing a replay of the Modric volley. Look at that technique. Good save from the goalkeeper. Good strong hand. Tips it over the bar. Here we go. A couple of subs for Japan. A couple of players are going to come on for them. It's going to be Matoma and Asano. Nagatomo comes off. And Maeda is going to come off. Maeda, of course, gets his goal. And Asano's on. Used to play at Arsenal. And Nagatomo's off too. Matoma of Brighton is now on the pitch. Probably just needs some more legs in that left wing back position. Again, I think they might just be a bit... Nagatomo's... not as young as he once was, so they just need a bit of fresh legs. Speaking of which, he might be through on goal here. Ooh, Gavadio just does enough. Good defend him. Maeda is completely out of breath on the bench. Lots of endeavour, lots of work rate. Here's Juranovic. 13 likes away from 200, by the way. We can get there. As we are heading towards the 65th minute. Ball over the top by Croatia. Dealt with from Tomiyasu. Here's Brozovic, though. Gives it to Barisic. Gavadio. As you just feel Croatia just getting more and more into this one. And maybe Japan starting to tire a little bit, perhaps. There are some that is entertaining, but yeah, most is a snooze fest. But I think the World Cup started slow, didn't it? Absolutely. But the final games in all of the group stages were really entertaining. If FIFA scrapped that, I'd be furious, because that was some real unbelievable entertainment. The last match day permutations and teams being in then out was fantastic. Here's Juranovic, though. Got to put the ball into the box. Cleared away by Yoshida. Perisic lines up the shot, blocked. Headed away by, I think that's Tomiyasu this time. Here's Perisic once again. Kramaric now, going to try and get the ball into the box. Brozovic. Kramaric again. Oh, just goes past the player. Really good play. Tries to take a shot. Oh! Wide from Budimir. I thought that was in. I thought he took a shot, Kramaric, but I don't know if it gets a deflection or what, but Budimir has to score. Is it a cross or a shot? It's a deflection. I think it's a shot. And Budimir, it's on a plate for him. He has to go back across the goalkeeper, though. He just tries to flick it on. You'd say, go back across the goalkeeper, try and hit the other corner, and he just gets it all wrong. Well, that was a chance. Croatia getting back into this. Japan look like they're tiring. That endeavour that we were praising Japan for looks just to be dipping now. You can see why the Japanese coach made those subs, but they haven't really worked so far. As much as I've praised Endo Morita, he might have to change it. And particularly those wing-backs, they're just getting pushed back and back and back. And it just feels like... It feels like the team that's going to score next would be Croatia and not Japan. Long throw by Juranovic. Flick on. Keeper's got to make that. Does do it. Gonda. Now he's going to try and launch a counter-attack here. He's on his own, the Japanese striker. And Gavardio just does enough. But it was Asano. And looks like Kramaric is coming off for Croatia. Done okay. It's quite surprising that last couple of minutes felt like he's just started to come to life. But off comes Kramaric. Kramaric, formerly of Leicester, of course. Now plays for Hoffenheim. And it's going to be Pulisic. Used to play for Chelsea at one point. I don't know if he actually ever played for them, but did used to play for Chelsea. If he ever played a minute, but was under contract to Chelsea. Maybe a better way of explaining that. But it's offside. Offside, which means a Croatia free kick. And Lavakovic, the goalkeeper, has the ball here. Goes long up the pitch. Oh, good flick on. Matomo, and it's a throw into Japan. Of course, remember, in the last World Cup, Japan were actually 3-2 up against Belgium, weren't they? And it was Lukaku with the final kick knocked them out of the game. So they want to go a step further. But at the moment, Croatia really on top. Yoshida gets out to O2. Oh, lets it run across him. Keeps it in, does Ito. Doan. Now Japan finally on the ball a little bit here. Here's Natoma. Matoma tries to go past him, can't get the ball into the box. Beats the defender, but doesn't get the ball in the box. But nearly 70 minutes gone. Japan 1, Croatia 1. 7 likes away from 200, by the way. That means we would have got to 200 20 minutes before full time. And of course, we're going to be headed towards extra time and penalties. If that is the case, we will be live. We'll follow it all the way through. Plus, of course, we've got the latest Manchester United news coming at you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m, the morning view. Myself and Mina will be live. I will be live after that for the final 2 games of the last 16 of the FIFA World Cup, involving Portugal and the like. Morita. It's a Japanese free kick. Here comes Tomiyasu. Oh, it's a sloppy pass. He just to pass it to Ito. And he just overhits it. There's a couple of times today Tomiyasu's had those sloppy passes. Of course, it is his first start of the tournament. I mean, Arsenal players actually haven't really played that much of the World Cup, have they? I think they've got some of the lesser time out of the top 6 sides in the Premier League. But Gabriel Jesus is injured, of course. He's got to have surgeries, out of action for 3 months. Tomiyasu goes for a pass to nobody. And here comes Croatia. Juranovic is fouled by Asano. Ed says Tomiyasu struggling. I didn't think he's had the best game, to be honest. No. Looks like he's struggling for match rhythm a bit. And Raz says 200 likes before 20 minutes before full time would be Erik ten Hag standards. It really would. So if you haven't already, click that like button. 350 people watching. Here comes Croatia once again. And Japan just defend that nicely. It's Morita. Tamaguchi. Doan's looking for Asano. Gets it out wide to Ito, who looked really impressive in the first half. Ito, another good ball into the box. Oh, I mean, when he's got the ability or the time to get the ball into the box, his delivery is good, Ito. He puts it into really dangerous areas. But here come Croatia on the counter-attack. Modric cuts back inside. He's going to look for a switch. Ball over the top. And it's headed out for a Croatia corner by Ito. Ito has got fantastic stamina. He's up and down. Really the true definition of a wing-back, isn't he? Gets back into a back five when he needs to defend. Gets up the other pitch to get balls into the box. Been impressed by Ito today. But it's Luka Modric standing over this corner. Modric, can he deliver when it matters most? Oh, goes for a one on the floor. That was a strange corner by Modric. I mean, it got to be one off the training ground because that was just a daisy cutter corner. Very strange. Foul given. To be fair, I think this referee's had a good game. American referee from Austin, Texas. I think he's done a good job. Listen to that noise, though. But it's 1-1 at the moment, which is probably reflective of the game. Japan were the much better team in the first half. Second half, it's really been all Croatia. They've upped their game, upped their energy levels. They look the team most likely to score now. Ball into the box, speaking of which, it's a header flicked on by Palisic. And it goes out for a goal kick. AB says, what are you saying about Ito, Owen? He's a good player. Don't think he's Man United standard, but Japan, they've got a couple of really tidy players in there. I think they're starting to tire, certainly. We've hit 200 likes, by the way. Appreciate that, guys. Look at that. 200 likes, 15 minutes before full time. Fantastic stuff, and still plenty of time to go, possibly. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Absolutely smashing it we are today, folks. Big up the UV community. But look, the World Cups, again, this is what's so great about it, is because you do see some of these players for like Japan, you go, tell you what, could they put on a red shirt? We could use them. But you also then have to remember sort of standards, quality, pressure of Manchester United. Like the pressure at United is no joke, because that is a global fan base, bigger than some countries, legitimately. So, in big pressure matches, scrutinizing everything you do. But if the manager wanted any of them, if Erik ten Hag wanted any of them, he's the best scout at the club. Any player that Erik ten Hag wanted in the summer has been performing at this World Cup. They really have. Cody Gakpo, Denzel Dumfries, you kidding me? Plus all the United players that are playing well and getting man of the match trophies. Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Marcus Rashford. Man United winning the World Cup, I'm telling you now. Ed says, we literally signed Jemba and Kleberson off good World Cups. But then AB says, what Man United standard? Club's not won a trophy for 5 years and no Premier League for 11 years. Well, the Erik ten Hag standard. Excuse me, there you go. Oh, it's a sloppy pass that by Morita. Here's Kovacic. Gives it to Modric. Modric tries to travel with it. Japan win the ball back by Mitoma. Dispossessed though. And goes out for a throw-in to Japan. But this so far could be the first game to head to extra time at this World Cup. And we kind of knew that going into it, of course, because that's Croatia's record in knockout games at international tournaments. 6 out of their last 7 at European Championships or World Cups have headed to Extra time, but it's a poor ball. Here comes Perisic. Perisic takes a shot. Whoa, that is not far. I think it gets a deflection, and that deflection probably takes it behind. That is not far away. It's a poor ball by Yoshida, I think it is. And Perisic then starts to travel. One thing on his mind, shifted to the left foot and take a shot. Let's see if this deflection from Tomiyasu, I think, it does really well. Because I tell you what, if Tomiyasu doesn't get that touch, it's going on target. And he just does enough to get it behind for a corner. Great block, great touch from Tomiyasu. But it's a corner ball to Croatia. Japan look exhausted. And Croatia have woken up. Modric, ball in. Ball still in the box. Headed back. Oh, that's a great block. What a block that is. A block from Doan. Absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure who the Croatian player was, but he's just about to volley it in. And Doan just gets across. Brilliant defending. I think it's Barisic. Look at this. Palisic, and it's just about to volley it in. Brilliant from Doan. Superb defending that is. Fantastic. Just gets ahead. Last ditch. Takes it off the toe. Just takes it off the toe of Barisic. Brilliant. Keeper takes the goal kick. Thrown to Japan. And Croatia, like I said, are really starting to... It's a free kick, though. Endo's down, clutching his leg. And much needed, actually, for Japan. They need a set piece. They need something just to try and get the ball into the box. Free kick to Japan, like I said, actually needed. Just about 11 minutes to go. Are we going to extra time? Or can one of the sides get a late winner and send their team to the quarterfinal for a tie against either Brazil or South Korea? Croatia got a relatively high line, it must be said. Ball into the box. Oof. Yoshida tried to climb, couldn't get high enough. Matoma. Good pass, actually. Turns and shoots. Oh! Tomiyasu, why did he square it? Tomiyasu, it's a great pass. And Tomiyasu, you think he's going to take a shot and he tries to square it. Why are you trying to square it, Tomiyasu? Matoma, it's a brilliant ball. I'm thinking just turn, shoot, test the keeper. And for whatever reason, he tries to square it, but no one's there. Oh, Tomiyasu, what a chance. Taniguchi, oh, nearly found Asano. Just seeing a replay here. It's headed out. Look at that pass from Matoma. And Tomiyasu, why? Pasalic gets to clear it, but just hit it, have a shot. Test the keeper. It never looked like he even fancied taking the shot at all. Here's Kovacic. Opportunity now. Here's Asano for Japan. Chance to counter. Got to pick the right pass. Oh, it's a good block. Lovren. Great block. Free kick to Croatia. Modric is down. You can hear the two coaches on this sideline really trying to rile their team up. I think the Japanese coach is trying to get some more energy into his team who look to be absolutely exhausted. I mean, if this does go extra time, I don't fancy Japan because they just look absolutely shattered. Here's Modric again. Ball put into the box. Keeper's come a long way. Does really well. Claims it right on the edge of the area. Positive goalkeeping. Takes the pressure off his defence. Excellent. And look, if you're playing against a team that's just going to try and pump balls into the box, if you've got a keeper that's more than willing to come out and claim it, it just takes so much pressure off your defence. Asano's offside. It's a free kick to Croatia. But nearly 8 minutes left to go. Extra time looms. Croatia, go for the long ball. Head it away. And again, the thing is with Croatia is that they won't be particularly concerned about going to extra time because they've been here before. They've been the distance before. They've been to extra time. They've been to penalties. That's what they do. When they get into this knockout stage, they'll grind teams down. They'll play for 120 minutes instead of 90. Header by Lovren. Modric with the flick on. Is that going to be a foul? Referee gives it. Modric stands over the free kick. Gavardio. 7 minutes of the 90 remain. Still 1-1. Here's Pasalic. Modric once again from a deeper position this time. Japan look to have their back five set. Both teams look a bit leggy, but more energy looks to be with Croatia. Brozovic. Modric once more. Here's Brozovic again. Modric. Here's Kovacic. Not sure where he was going too much. Perisic. He's now swapped sides, actually. He's on the right-hand side when he was nearly through. But he's actually now put it behind for a goal kick. Good defended by Japan. Are we going to see some late drama? That's the question. Japan goal kick. Are we going to see late drama, or is this one going to go all the way to the death? Great response from the Japanese supporters. They've fantastic support, excuse me. Here comes Asano. Can he run at the Croatia defence? Asano tries to take him on. It's going to be a goal kick. Great defending. Gavardio. He's an absolute rock at the back, isn't he? Gavardio. Proper player. Only 20 years of age too. Oh, real quality centre-back. You can see why people are all really interested in him. Chelsea and the like. Going to be a big player in years to come. He wants the ball short from his goalkeeper. His goalkeeper's going to go long. Header won by Japan, but it's a Croatia throw-in. A reminder, if you are just joining us, it's 1-1. Goals from Maeda towards the end of the first half and Perisic in the 55th minute in this one. Of course, now we're in the knockout stages. Extra time and penalties do loom. We must have a winner. And the winner will move on to the quarterfinals. I tell you what, the Japanese coach is absolutely furious. He's saying the ball's not gone out. He nearly ran onto the pitch. The fourth official had to have a word. He's right in the corner of his technical area. Those technical areas are massive as well. And he's right in the corner of it. Lauren with the long ball. Yoshida clears it. Matoma tries to keep it away from Palasic. Here's Kovacic. Runs forward a bit more. Ball put into the box. Perisic. Ooh. Pasalic just heads it wide. Perisic, though. Croatia. They're just growing. They're growing. They're growing. They're growing. Japan look absolutely exhausted. You get the impression now the way that Japan are going to get through this game might be on penalties. Well, they're just bringing on a sub now. It's Minamino. Doan is coming off, and it looks to be Minamino coming on. I thought Doan's done really well today. Doan's played well. Can Minamino provide the difference? I mean, if you bring Minamino on in the 87th minute, it's because you think he's going to play for the next 30 minutes. And possibly because he might be good at penalties. Perisic. Oh, it's a bad kick from the goalkeeper. Oh. Free kick Japan. Perisic squaring up to Endo. Don't mess with Endo. He's got the most tackles in the Bundesliga, mate. Oh, it's a short pass. Just kept in by Mitoma. Here's Yoshida. Yoshida, long ball. Does win it. Oh, he's given a free kick. Oh, I don't know if that was a free kick. Sakai. Barisic let off the hook. I didn't think that was a free kick. I thought that was very harsh. But here come Croatia. Brozovic. Brozovic once again. Modric. As we get closer and closer to the first extra time of the World Cup in 2022. Juranovic. Lovren. Just feel like there might still be a chance in this one. Be sure to smash a like if you haven't already. Over 400 people watching. See if we can get to 250. We're on 213 at the moment. So 37 likes to go to 250 if you haven't already. Throw in for Japan. Deep territories now. And it may just already be beginning. We're now entering the 90th minute. This might go on for a while, folks. Typical for Croatia, obviously. Here comes Mitoma. This might be an opportunity. Oh, it's well done by Gavadio. Brilliant. He really is brilliant. Here's Modric. Travels with the ball. Modric plays a through ball. He's got to be offside. Flag stayed down. Could go back up. It must have been close then. I thought he was offside. It's got to be a foul, referee. And it's a free kick to Japan. And a booking. It's fouled Kovacic. First yellow card of the game. First yellow card of the game comes in the 90th minute to Mateo Kovacic. Boy, it's a nasty one, actually. It's a nasty, nasty tackle. You're lucky to get a booking. And Ito's down. He's put in a hell of a shift in this game. He really has. And now he's been clattered by Kovacic. 4 minutes of stoppage time, though. An extra 4 minutes before an extra 30. Can Japan or Croatia get a late winner, prevent this game from going to extra time? Or are we going to go into deep territories and deep waters? Japan with a free kick, though. The Japanese fans praying, wishing to the gods above, hoping that they can find a late winner here. As a foul to Croatia and a free kick. The thing is, you start to get into this territory and both teams just don't want to start to overcommit. They don't want to overcommit. They don't want to do too much. And they almost start to try and conserve their energy, knowing they've got an extra 30 minutes on the horizon. Throw into Croatia. Here's Perisic. Perisic with the throw. And it's a free kick to Japan. Brudemir fouls Yoshida in his own box. So Japan have a free kick. Look at the Croatia fans. They're used to it. They're like, this happens to us all the time. We're used to going to extra time. But it's a free kick to Japan. Goalkeeper's about to take it. Clears it up the pitch. Gonda goes long. Barisic with the header. Endo with the header back. Asano trying to make a nuisance of himself. Here's Ito. Asano again. Tries to turn Kovacic inside out. Kovacic just really well. Wins the ball back with ease. Is there one final attack for Croatia? Modric. Modric. Here's Brozovic. Modric once again. Just past the halfway line. Every Japanese player is back and behind the ball. As we have about 90, just over 90 seconds remaining. Sakai is going to take the throw in for Japan. One-two of Ito, and it's a bit of a sliced hit by Japan. And Palisic. Oh, here comes Minamino. Maybe one more opportunity. Minamino has a look around. There's nobody there really supporting him. Here's Minamino. I think both teams are thinking, let's just get to extra time. Let's not lose it. I think that's the territory we're getting into. And we have 60 seconds remaining of this one before extra time. Back to the Japanese goalkeeper. Long ball up the pitch. Matoma, he might make this. I think he will. Is he going to take him on? Matoma, how much support does he have? Not a lot. There was no one really there. Taganucci. Matoma. Tries to force the pass, but there's just no one there. Minamino's going to chase it down. Modric just kicks the ball away. They're looking for a booking. Is Modric going to get booked? I don't think so. But it's going to be a Japan throw-in. Matoma. Could they? Taniguchi. Take a shot, man. Oh. Tomiyasu. And now every Croatian player's behind the ball. And that's it. We're going to extra time. My, oh my. Yes. We are going to extra time, folks. Extra time it is. For the first time at this World Cup, we are heading to extra time. It ends 1-1 at 90 minutes. And let's get ready for extra time. I've got to reset my clock. So the end of the second half, it's Japan 1, Croatia 1. Maeda with the first half goal, cancelled out by Perisic. And this one is going to go all the way. Now, 7 times out of the last 8 knockout games for Croatia, it's gone to extra time in the Euros and the World Cup. And this one's going to be very interesting. Let's have a look at the stats, actually, because we didn't look at the stats the entirety of that second half. So, as I mentioned, the game is now finished of regulation time, but we're heading to extra time. 9 shots from Japan, 3 on target in comparison to Croatia's 12 shots. Once again, 3 on target. Possession-wise, as was the case in the first half, Croatia dominating possession, 59% possession. Easy for me to say, with 41% for Japan. In terms of passes completed, 551 passes to Croatia, 393 passes. But the most important statistic is the scoreline, that being 1-1. Maeda's first half goal against cancelled out by Perisic. Brilliant header by Ivan Perisic in that second half after KG called up. It was the KG judge. But now, as we head into this extra time period, I think the momentum's with Croatia, honestly. I think 1-1's a fair result because I thought Japan were brilliant in the first half and they absolutely deserved to go in 1-0 up. But second half, Croatia dominated. They did deserve their goal. Japan really didn't threaten at all. I think from about 60 minutes on, they looked exhausted. They looked like they'd completely lost all of their energy and all of their spark. And Croatia just started to grow more and more and more. And their quality, most importantly, started to show more and more again. And we're just going to see, I think, Perisic's goal here in the 55th minute. So it's Lovren who puts a long ball into the box. And look at this header. That is a brilliant, world-class header. It's Ito who's meant to be kind of marking Perisic. Perisic gets the wrong side of him. But he still has a lot to do. We're talking at least, what, 14, 16 yards out, I think. And look at this. It's a brilliant header back across goal. The keeper scrambling to try and get it, but it's right in the bottom corner. That is a proper header. The keeper's got no chance, actually. And to direct it and get that amount of power on it, that is a world-class header by a player with a ton of experience who in the big moments for Croatia throughout his international career has delivered. And it was deserved. It really was deserved. And as I mentioned, you can blame KG for his judge for Japan conceding that goal. But be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Let's see if we can get to 250 likes. We're at 228, so that's, 22 likes away from 250 likes. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner, click the notification bell. You'll be notified every time a video is uploaded. Of course, as I mentioned, we go live every morning, 9 a.m., Monday to Friday, with the Morning View, discussing the latest Manchester United news, discussion, transfer stories, rumours, etc. We have that covered. And we've got these match views now for the remainder of the knockout stages of the World Cup, including later on this evening. We've got Brazil versus South Korea. I'll be live once again. Once this stream ends, you'll be directed there. The stream's now public, so you can go there, click the like button before it even starts. You can set yourself a reminder to be notified when we do indeed go live too. And of course, we'll be live Wednesday and Saturday as well when it comes to Manchester United's friendlies out there in Spain too. So a busy week here at United View, but what we're focusing on right now is this match, this last 16 tie between Croatia and Japan. The first tie at the World Cup this year in 2022 to go to extra time. The question is, will the game be decided in extra time, or are we going all the way to penalties? This would be certainly interesting as well. But we'll check the poll as well, which has been up for the entirety of the game. Nearly 2,000 votes. Wow. Nearly 2,000 votes. And 79% of you say that Japan is advancing to the quarterfinals. Well, if that is the case, my feeling is that might have to be on penalties because Croatia do look like the side that's going to be the one to get a goal if they were to get it in extra time, certainly. But my first time doing an extra time on a match view. I'm excited about this. The question is it going to go to penalties? Players are back out onto the pitch. Of course, they never technically left. But now we get into some real World Cup drama. You've got to love it. 19 likes away as well from 250. Let's get to 250 if we can. Current scoreline still Japan 1, Croatia 1. As the first half of extra time is about to kick off. And it's going to be Japan with the kickoff. It's going to be Minamino, I think, that takes it. Minamino standing over it. And we're off. Oh, I started quick. And Japan, keeper kicks it up the pitch. I think definitely they really started to tire, didn't they, Japan? Really did. But now knocking the ball around once again. Again, it's going to be interesting to see now, I think, what they try to do. Do they start to play for penalties? Because some teams, once you get into extra time, some teams just say, you know what, I'm just gonna play for pens. It's our best opportunity. Or don't overcommit too much. Such a foul throw. They never penalise foul throws anymore. They never do. You see them every match. You see at least 4 or 5 foul throws. Never penalised. It's Taganucci. Minamino. Morita. Nice little switch there. That'll go out for a Japan corner. Japanese corner. Perisic heads it behind. I tell you what, the best thing to happen for this extra time would get an early goal. Then we get some real attacking stuff for 30 minutes. Ito's going to take it. He looks exhausted. Look at the way he's walking. He looks absolutely shattered, does Ito. Ito standing over it, though. Ito was impressive in the first half, but he looks, again, exhausted. Ito, ball into the box. A little bit of a header from Taganucci. Taniguchi. I'll get there in the end with the pronunciation. But he tried to sort of just glance it in, and it just was a very, very, very difficult header for him. And it's a Croatia goal kick. Gvardiol's looking to try and keep himself warm. He's doing some sprints, trying to remove that cramp that seemingly he's got. Goal kick to Croatia. Punts it up the pitch. Great header by Yoshida. And it must be said, actually, I was praising throughout the game the real strong atmosphere inside the stadium. Great support from Japan, but it's kind of got eerily silent now. You can really tell the nerves that are there. Strong nerves from certainly the large Japanese contingent supporting their team in Qatar, but also for the Croatia fans too. Maybe even the Japanese fans are tired, same way that the players are. But a goal kick Gonda's going to take. Goes long. Great header by Barisic. And Tomiyasu slices it up into the air. As Brozovic tries an outside of the foot pass. Doesn't work out. Intercepted by Japan. Here come Japan. On the attack. Maranovic has got to get back into position. Ooh, Matoma. It was a good pass. And it was just missed by Asano in the centre. I mean, what really, they just said it on commentary. What really caused Croatia the issues in the first half was the energy of Japan. And the problem is that energy just kind of evaporated after the sort of 60th minute. And it still looks like they are really running on fumes at this point. And with a game based so much on energy and tenacity, once that's gone, they become a bit toothless. Unless they can find just something once again. That's a throw into Japan. Comes off Pasalic, and Japan will have the throw-in. As we enter nearly the 4th minute of extra time here. First half. Of course, we'll have 15 minutes in each. If no goals, or if the scoreline is level, we'll head to a penalty shootout. And that's a corner. Corner to Japan. Now, what can your delivery do? The Croatia players are furious. You've got Perisic and Kovacic surrounding the referee, saying that it could never be a corner. I mean, in fairness, Asano was chasing the ball out, basically implying if this goes in, short corner, ball into the box. Tomiyasu went for a header, and it's a free kick for Croatia. I don't think there's a head injury. It was Tomiyasu who went up for the header. Just clatters into Juranovic. Oh, it's actually Pasalic, excuse me. It's a clash of heads. And it'll be interesting to see that whole rule about, time added on, stoppage time, etc. Will that really carry over to extra time? Because remember, once you get into extra time, they don't really like to add that much time on because they've already been playing for 120 minutes. And seeing a replays of the goals. Brilliant header from Perisic. But Livakovic stands over this. Cavadio puts the ball up the pitch. Perisic. And it was, I think, Saka. Or Sakai. Usma says, how many minutes left? Well, we've got 9 minutes remaining of this first half of extra time. And then we'll be into the second half of it. Sakai with the throw in though. Brozovic nearly slips on the ball. AB says, Tomiyasu has been incredibly disappointing considering he plays at one of the top clubs in one of the most difficult leagues. He's had a difficult game, I think. He has struggled. He's looked off the pace. I don't know if that's just because he hasn't started the first three games, for Japan. But yeah, he's been quite disappointing in this one. Maybe you can see why the Japanese coach doesn't usually start him. I'm not sure. C says, big up yourself, Owen. Big up yourself. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate everyone joining. Got over 520 people watching live. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. 7 likes away from 250. We can get to 250, absolutely. If you are new, be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Yoshida. Referee says no handball. Oh, he's done really well. That's going to be a foul. Free kick to Japan. And we've got 2 substitutes coming on. Now, one would think this would be for penalties. I thought he took off Modric for a second. He is! No way. Modric's being taken off! Wow. That is surprising. I cannot believe that. That's got to be an injury. Or that's got to be to protect him for later on. Modric being taken off. And Kovacic as well. Wow. I understand sort of energy. But you would think Modric penalty shootout. That is a big call. That is a very big call. He's getting a standing ovation from the entire stadium. But you would think for penalties, I mean, again, maybe it's just an energy or a stamina thing. But Modric taken off. If it does go to penalties, there will be no Luka Modric penalty. And no Mateo Kovacic penalty. Logically, you would say with Kovacic, it's probably a yellow card situation. Because they don't want him to miss the next game if indeed they do go through. But, wow. No Modric. Well, certainly they'll have energy in midfield now, but they don't have that experience or creativity. Minamino tried to thread the ball through. The Croatia defence didn't work out. But that is surprising. We did hit 250 likes, guys. Appreciate that. Here comes Croatia again. Little dummy there. But Taniguchi, he's got time. Gives it back to the goalkeeper who puts up the pitch. Endo puts it out for a throw-in. Modric. Modric and Kovacic getting hugs on the bench. Flick on. Japan got to deal with it. Perisic still chasing it down. To be fair, Perisic doesn't look tired at all. He looks like he's still got a lot of energy. It looks like he can still go for another 60, another 90. Wearing the captain's armband now after Modric's taken off. Of course, got the goal for Croatia too. Long throw. Oh, it's nearly fallen to Perisic. Oof. Another volley. Blocked once again by Mitoma. Or it might have been Asano, actually, I think it was. Perisic, though, half volley in the box. You thought maybe, just maybe. And then once it starts getting to this. AB says, plays for Conte. Absolutely. He's got that Antonio Conte fitness levels. Look at the Japanese bench. Japanese coach is having a go at the throw-in guy, saying it should be further back. Japanese coach saying to Barisic. They're saying Barisic gets back. Here is Barisic. Long throw. Headed away. Barisic then gives away the free kick. As to be expected, very stop-start. It's got very, very scrappy, this one. Both sides very cautious not to lose it or throw it away. Also as well, just pure exhaustion. I mean, I know still it's the winter and I know still it's air-conditioned stadium, but you're still playing in, you know, tremendous heat out there. I mean, they're just having this discussion on commentary, and what do you think? Should they scrap extra time? Should it just go to penalties? Is there any use for extra time, really? Because, I mean, sometimes you just get a lot of caution in extra time, don't you? I mean, they tried golden goal, didn't they? And the problem is when they did golden goal, it actually got even more defensive because you desperately don't want to concede. The idea of golden goal is, oh, they'll make him attack more because if you score, you win the game. But it actually made people even more defensive because they're like, we really, really don't want to concede any goals. Then they tried silver goal, which was, and it was used at Euro 2004. And basically it was, if you score in that half of extra time, you can win the game. So it was basically, if you're leading at that half, that was it. If you're leading at that half of extra time in the first half, the game would end or something. But even that was very bizarre, silver goal. And if you call something silver goal, it implies it's not as good as golden goal. Here's Juranovic. Brozovic. Maya. Brozovic once again. Nutty Oppressor says platinum goal. Yeah, maybe. Ball into the box. It's a good ball, actually. Headed away. I think it might have been Tomiyasu. Here's Gavario. Oh, and it's a sloppy pass, actually, in the end. Evades Barisic and goes out for a Japan throw. Japan look absolutely exhausted. Here's Brozovic. Tomiyasu switched on, though. Can they have a counter-attack? Here comes Minamino. Japan going up the pitch. Minamino keeps running. Minamino, take a shot. Minamino! Oh, good save by the keeper. Listen to that noise. Right down the keeper's throat. Is that going to be a handball? No, it was a volley. It was blocked by Brozovic. Are they going to put the ball in the box? Sakai. Headed away by Gavario. Tomiyasu. That was a chance as well. And it's gone out for a corner. I thought Minamino. I was like, there's no way. I thought he was going to run the whole pitch. He just kept going and going and going. And then he takes a shot. You're just saying, can you get the shot on target? Cuts inside. Has a shot. Round down the keeper's throat. He should save it. If anything, he hits it too well. Keeper just does enough. Ito, though, stands over the corner. They couldn't, could they? Could they do it? The first 15 minutes are nearly over here. Ball in. Oh, nearly there. Endo hasn't given it up. Ito. We're going to get another ball into the box. It should be the last kick of the half. Minamino. There's 2 minutes of added time. Oh, nearly headed across goal. Still up in the air. Keeper claims it. There's 2 minutes of stoppage time in this extra time. Well, after not really being, looking exhausted and out on their feet, suddenly they're back, Japan. But again, there's 2 minutes of stoppage time in this extra time. Once again, Croatia just nipping the ball around. Juranovic. Brozovic. Great touch by Budimir. Gives it to Pajasic. Ball put into the box. Oh, nearly went to Perisic at the back post. Can Japan counter? Ito. Asana. No, his touch is too heavy. Lovren sweeps up. Too easy. Too easy. It's a strange one, this game, because it just sort of snaps to life at points, doesn't it? But Japan have got to be careful because I think they sort of realise, actually, we can't overcommit too much energy because we're exhausted anyway, and we've still got 15 minutes left to play. Croatia definitely seem like they're conserving their energy at this point. Brozovic. Barisic. And that's half-time. Half-time in extra time. No breakthrough. It's still Japan 1, Croatia 1. And if anything, in the extra time, it's looked more like Japan to get the goal. But Luka Modric is off. Kovacic is off. And it's been more Japan, it looked like, getting the goal. AB says, no goals in this game, but it's mad entertaining. Lance says, Croatia coach will learn not to sub Croatia key players when they lose in penalties. Even Modric was surprised to go off because he's their main playmaker. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Got over 500 people watching. We've got 265 likes. Let's see if we can get a 300. Could it be possible? Is that even possible? Oh, it would be a miracle. It would be a World Cup miracle. So if you haven't already, that's 35 likes to go. Be sure to click that like button for these final 15 minutes. If we get a goal, we could see the game end after 120 minutes, or we could be going all the way to penalties. Let's check the poll as the game's gone on. Nearly 2,500 votes. Unbelievable effort, folks. Still 79% of you say Japan will advance to the quarterfinals. I think what I might do for this evening ones with Brazil, I might say, who are you supporting? I think that's the better one. We can gauge who we're supporting. Listen to that. You can hear the Japanese huddle. Tomiyasu trying to fire up his teammates. The pressure is on. Substitution. Morita is off. Tanaka is on. Only 25 likes to go. There you go. Until 300. AB says, what's the record? Oh, the record's much, much higher. But for the World Cup ones, I think 300 live would be the record for these World Cup remote match views. So we could be record breakers this evening, folks. Nutty Oppressor says, Modric's crying. I'm not sure. I mean, look, it's going to probably most likely be his last World Cup. I mean, maybe last major tournament. 2 subs for Croatia now coming on. I think you get extra sub in halftime as well, don't you? Perisic is off. Whoa. So we've seen Modric, Kovacic, and the goal scorer Perisic come off. The entire front three for Croatia has come off. We're on the way. But yeah, the entire front three that started the game is off. Perisic, Petkovic, who was rubbish. Kramaric off. Kovacic off. Modric off. Basically got 2 different teams starting. But now it's, I mean, he's definitely the Croatia coach is firmly putting his faith in the youth, the younger names, especially as we're heading to penalties. And to be honest, I'm surprised by that, not because of energy, but when you get to penalty shootout, it's about pressure, it's about composure, it's about bottle. And ironically, he's taken off the most sort of composed, experienced players who would all take a penalty. So that says to me that he's going to try his best to end this in this second half of extra time. Because if he doesn't, Matoma with the throw-in. Yoshida. Sloppy past that. I think Croatia are going to go for this in this second half, you know. When you take off those big players, you're basically saying, we're going to go for it. We don't want it to go to penalties. Whereas I think Japan, they're the opposite. They're trying to wait for it to go to penalties, I think. I think that's the mindset here. A-Bub says, feels like a mistake. Yeah, it does feel like it, doesn't it? Well, it's a risk, certainly. And if they go out, you know, and you end the, you know, international career of Luka Modric by taking him off, I'd be very, very surprised. But, you know, you live or die by your decisions. Only 15 likes away from 300, by the way, guys. So click that like button if you haven't. If you're just tuning in, it's 1-1. Goals in regulation time from Medea and Perisic. But both players, both goal scorers, are no longer on the pitch. They've both been substituted. Madi and Perisic respectively. Cleared up the pitch. Pasalic. Cuts back inside. Is that going to be given as a foul? No. Referee says no foul. Here comes Mitoma again. Keeps running with the ball. Good awareness from Mitoma. Japan still knocking the ball around. It's getting tense. Getting very, very tense. AB says he's going to realise he isn't Mourinho, making all that subs really quickly now. King of the Indies says taking Modric hasn't even worked. I agree. I don't think it's helped Croatia at all. Here's Mitoma. Oh, ball into the box. Cleared away. I thought he was going to have a shot. Tanaka is the Japanese player. Sakai tried to get there, but it's gone out for a Croatia throw-in. Well, again, for the changes that Croatia made implied that Croatia were going to go for it, but it's Japan. They're the ones that are really going for this. We have about 11 minutes remaining of extra time before we head to penalties. Maya. But Minamino's having an argument with the referee here. But penalties are on the horizon. It's difficult to even know who's left on the pitch, to be honest. Brozovic. Sakai with the throw-in. Still waiting for some movement. There's no movement at all. All the Japanese players are sort of... Yoshida. It's for Yoshida who just puts his foot through it as if to say, I'm exhausted. Comes to Mitoma. On the left-hand side for Japan. Cuts back inside. Mitoma. Tried a reverse pass. Blocked. And Maya cleans it up nicely. Juranovic puts his foot through it. Header though. Gvardiol deals with that. Pasalic. Here we go. Maya on the counter-attack now for Croatia. Maya, ball into the box. Headed away. And it's going to go out for a goal kick. It was headed away by Ito. Are they going to corner? Wow, I thought that was a goal kick. Corner ball given. Japan aren't happy with that. So 10 minutes, well actually 9 minutes really now remaining of extra time, and it's a Croatia corner. Lance says Croatia can't control the midfield anymore. Angry Maniac says hope Japan wins. Ball in. Keeper punches. Well done by the goalkeeper. Really good stuff from the goalkeeper there from Gonda. TJ Cole Drummond says thanks for having your commentary. Hard to watch the game while at work. I appreciate that, TJ. We're only 7 likes away from 300 as well, by the way, guys. So if you haven't already, click that like button. Let's get to 300 before we maybe get to penalties. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Ball in from Croatia. Headed away. Maya. Oof, just stays on the pitch. Juranovic. Brozovic. And it's gone out once again for a Croatia throw-in. I think they'll look back on those substitutions, Croatia, as we get closer and closer to penalties, and I think we're going to get there. I really do. I think he's going to regret taking Modric, Perisic, Kovacic off. But Juranovic is going to take the throw in. Just wiped his hands on the towel given to him. Long throw put in. Flick on. Another flick on. Keeper should claim it. Oh, he came out to claim it and he hesitated. And Sakai stopped. He just gets it. But there was a slight hesitation there for a second and you had a bit of a worry on your hands. But he does enough. Gavadio wins it back. Some nice triangles being played by Croatia now. Maya. He's done all right since he's come on, actually. Some good touches. Brozovic, I mean, he's going to play the full 120 minutes. And he still looks like he's got a ton of energy. Speaking of which, here he is once again. Brozovic, brilliant. Does really, really well there. Vlasic, ball put into the box. It's a heavy cross, though. And Matoma. Oh, he's given a Croatia throw-in. Wow, I can't believe that. I tell you what, Mario Pasalic has somehow what a throw-in for his side there. The ball's just about to go out, and he just gets a little toe to it, and it actually comes off the Japanese player. It's a brilliant way to win himself a throw-in. So Croatia have a long throw-in. Now, if they manage to score from this, they'll look at Palisic and say, that was brilliant. Long throw into the box by Juranovic. It's a flick on. And keeper claims it. Real good strength shown by the keeper. And I tell you what, he's gone long again to Asano. But if he gives it away, you'll be furious. Asano, though, holds up the ball brilliantly. Win a free kick for your team if you can. Doesn't do that. Asano, brilliant. Well done. That's good forward play. Big long kick from the keeper. Asano holds the ball up, retains possession for his side. 6 minutes left to go in this one. Taniguchi. Mitomo. Turns. Minamino is going to try and run at the team. Got away from the... Is he going to take a shot? No. Endo. Ball in. Is it going to be a good one? Sakai. Ball wasn't good enough. But Japan still have possession. Japan, they just have these bursts of energy, don't they? It comes out of nowhere. Mitoma. Tanaka. Ito. Endo. Is he going to take a shot? Endo. Gets a ball into the box. It's flicked on. Mitoma. He needed more on the header to get it back across goal. Mitoma tried to get the ball across goal. And he just didn't get enough on it. 5 minutes remain. 5 minutes left of extra time. As Lance says, hits that like button. Got nearly 600 watching. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner. Here comes Endo once again. Oh, it's brilliant play. It's got to be a foul. And it's going to be a booking. And Endo, I mean, he's been brilliant. He's won the ball back more than any other player on the pitch. Absolutely superb. I said I was impressed from him in the first half. You can see why in the Bundesliga he's got the most tackles. But penalties looks to be the likely destination for this one. And I think, you know what? I would say that actually, if it does get to penalties, Japan have got a chance. The reason they've got a chance is because those proper quality penalty takers for Croatia have all been taken off. Perisic, Kovacic, Modric, Kramaric, all gone off the pitch. Good ball over the top. Swept up by Levakovic in goal for Croatia. Croatia trying to bring the ball forward once again. It looks like both teams are terrified of losing it now. Nuttier Presser says Croatia veterans on penalties. They absolutely are, but at the same time, you've got this. The veterans are all off the pitch. But at the same time, Japan, they look to be absolutely exhausted on their feet. Here comes Gavadio. Ball into the box. It's going to come back out to Juranovic. Maya. Is there one last sting in the tail in this last 16 game? Or are we going the full distance? Maya, great defending from Japan. Matoma trying to do a... Cavadio just got a bit of a kick there, actually, from Asana. Brozovic, ball into the box, headed away by Yoshida. Oh. Ito tried to do a little bit of a chest back to him, and Yoshida just puts his foot through it, and it's a Croatia throw-in. Gavardio's going to take. Another foul throw-in. Again, no one cares about foul throw-ins in this tournament. I swear. I swear. Last roll of the dice settings. 2 minutes remain. Brozovic. Ball put in for Croatia. It's an opportunity. He went for a bicycle kick, I think, there for Croatia. Matoma heads away, though. And Croatia have the ball once again. I tell you, imagine scoring a bicycle kick at the last minute of extra time at the World Cup. That's stuff dreams are made of. Here comes Juranovic. He's going to get the ball in there. Ball in. Back post. Deep into the box. He might have overdone it. Kept it in, though. Vlasic. Another ball. Blocked this time. And the Japanese player's gone down. It's a head injury. So he's got to stop the game. Tension is rising. But be seen if... it's a question whether that's... again, actually, Tanaka smacks him on the back of the head. It might be just more fatigue than anything. He says he doesn't need help. He just wants to get back to his feet. Medical staff's coming on, though. As we're now in the final minute of extra time. There will be time added on, surely. There'll have to be time added on with this. Got over 600 watching. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. See if we can get a 400 for penalties. Could you imagine? Be a record for these World Cup match views. So if you haven't, click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner. Ball kept in by Barisic. Put into the box. It's a big lofty one. Looks like Japan are going to deal with it though. Matoma clears his lines. Asana will chase. And it's going to be 1 minute. 1 minute added on. So we're going to play 121 minutes. Brozovic just skips past Endo. Good switch of the play. Do we have one final chance? Cuts inside. Takes a shot. Blocked. Oh, it's blocked by Tomoyasu. He kept his arms down by his sides as well. Croatia just woken up. Croatia, take a shot. Oh, just wide. It was Maya. It was incredible. Croatia, literally, it's like they heard that final minute and they just woke up like that. But we're about 25 seconds remaining. Penalties are on the horizon. The tension's there. Modric has got his head down. I bet he wishes he was still on the pitch. He'd definitely take one, Luka Modric. He would have absolutely have taken one. He's got to watch. And that is it. Full-time whistle. It is 1-1 and we are heading to penalties. Nothing between Japan and Croatia, and the first game at the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar is heading to penalties. It's time for a new poll, methinks. Now the next poll is going to be who wins on penalties. Who wins the penalty shootout? Japan or Croatia? There you go. New poll is in the chat. Who wins the penalty shootout? Japan or Croatia? Full time. So let me put that in there to signal that. And I've got to reset the score. Well, in a second. Once the penalty shootout starts, I'll make it to 0-0 again and we'll count the goals each way. That'll be the way to do it. But be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. First ever penalty shootout I've ever done live. I'm excited about this. We're witnessing history, folks. History in the making. 115 votes already. 75% of you say Japan is going to win this penalty shootout. Exciting stuff. But after extra time, it's Japan 1, Croatia 1. Maeda's first half goal just before half-time, ruled out by an excellent Ivan Perisic header in the second half. And the two goalkeepers for Japan, Gonda and Livakovic, have the opportunity to make themselves heroes. Can Japan do it? As we have the respective huddles. As a goalkeeper, I used to love penalties. As a goalkeeper, the pressure's always on the spot taker. It's never the pressure's on the goalkeeper. The opportunity is to make yourself a hero. Stay calm, put pressure on the opponent, take your time. And when it comes to a penalty taker, you would say, make your mind up where you want to go, pick your spot, pick your corner, and don't change your mind. Stay focused, try and block out everything surrounding you. But again, the big people who you would probably have expected to take a penalty for Croatia, they're all off the pitch. They were all substituted. Modric, he would have taken a penalty. He's off. Kovacic would have taken a penalty. He's off. Perisic would have taken a penalty. He's off. Kramaric would have taken a penalty. He's off. Petkovic was rubbish. I don't even know if he would have taken a penalty. But Lovren's got the captain's armband on because Modric and Perisic are both off. So he's going to decide. Yoshida, of course, is still on the pitch for Japan. But be sure to smash a like on the like button. Got 750 people watching. We can get to 400 likes. We are 39 likes away, or excuse me, 59 likes away from 400. So click that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Are we going to see any Panenkas? Are we going to see any staggered, stuttered run-ups, which I hate as well? So Lovren's going to take the second penalty. Japan are going to go first. Japan will go first. Japan are taking the first penalty. It's going to be interesting what end it's at, because there is an end where it's entirely blue, because you've got all the entire Japanese supporters there. And I think it's going to be at that end. So here we go. Gonda and Livakovic, the goalkeepers. We're going to reset the score sheet here to 0-0. So we'll let you know how many which are going. So Japan are going to be taking the first penalty. It's going to be Minamino with the first penalty. The votes are currently in, and 77% of you are saying that you think Japan is going to win this penalty shootout. Here we go. Will Minamino put the first penalty away? I would think Brozovic, he'll definitely take a penalty. He's the only one who is involved in the last Croatia penalty shootout, I believe. Again, all of the big hitters for Croatia are off. Minamino, though, is going to take the first penalty. He's going to step up. Minamino steps up. Can he score? Misses the first penalty. Minamino misses. It's a save by Livakovic. It's a poor penalty. It's a really poor penalty. Keeper guesses the right way, but there's no distance on it as well. It kind of scuffs it. The keeper almost jumps past it, actually, but it's not a good penalty. It's not what you want to start off with. And now Croatia might already have the advantage. And who's going to take the first one? I think it's going to be Pulisic. So Croatia, after a missed penalty for Minamino, it's going to be Vlasic. Vlasic scores. Vlasic scores the first penalty, and Croatia are ahead in this penalty shootout. Now, Japan need to continue scoring, but they also need a Croatia miss. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Let's see if we can get to 500, over 1,000 people watching. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Mitoma came on as a substitute. He has to score, really. 2 misses would not be ideal. Mitoma, he's missed as well. That one saved by Livakovic as well. I don't believe it. The first 2 penalties for Japan have been missed. Now, that's a better save. It's still not a great penalty, but the Croatia goalkeeper, oh my goodness. Japan are stunned. It's a good save from the goalkeeper, but it's a really poorly struck penalty. The first 2 penalties have been shocking, and now they need something special from their goalkeeper. Gonda, you need a save here, otherwise Japan are in massive, 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 massive trouble. It's Brozovic. He does have history in penalty shootouts. Brozovic steps up, right down the middle, and it's 2-0 now to Croatia, and Japan have to score. Oh my goodness. And this penalty shootout is looking very straightforward. Right down the middle. Pressure penalty down the middle. And Croatia are in good position here. If Japan miss this one and Croatia score, they win. Japan, they've got to score. He's digging up the spot. He's not happy with it. It's Asano with the penalty. Is it going to be better? Asano, that is better. And he scores Japan's first penalty. Asano have scored their first penalty, but they need something pretty magical from their goalkeeper now. Or they need some misses. But the first time it's a decent penalty. This one, keeper dives the wrong side. But now, they need the keeper to do him a favour, or they need a miss. So Japan missed their first 2 penalties. Croatia score their first 2. But it's going to be Lavia next. Hasn't been on the field long. Lavia walks up. He's missed! He's missed. It's a poor penalty, and Croatia now have a miss, and Japan might be back in this penalty shootout. There is some hope. Not a lot, but there is some hope. He's missed the penalty. It's a shocking. I hate the casual penalty. I hate it when you walk up, just run up, smash it in the goal. When you walk up, you miss. You look stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. And now it's Yoshida. Gotta score. If he scores this and Croatia miss the next one, we're level. Yoshida, formerly of Southampton. Maya Yoshida steps up. He's missed as well. He's missed. I don't believe it. Unbelievable. 1 out of 4 penalties. Incredible. Awful penalties. And now if Croatia score this, they'll win it. Unbelievable. Look at this. It's a shocking penalty. 3 out of the 4 penalties have been absolutely shocking. Just smash it. Smash it in the goal. And they can't do it. And now, I think it's Palicic. Pasalic steps up to win it for Croatia to send them through to the quarterfinals. Palicic does it, and Croatia are through. Croatia once again, they are the best at it. They are the best at going in the knockout stages and winning after extra time, and they've done it again. Palicic with the penalty. It's 3-1. Japan miss some absolutely shocking penalties, but Croatia are through, and they will play either Brazil or South Korea in the quarterfinals. Croatia through to another quarterfinal at the World Cup. Japan, they were good throughout the 90 minutes. They were solid throughout the 120. But when it came to the penalty shootout, when it came to the bottle, the composure, the putting your foot through it, the penalties were poor. Croatia's were much better, and Croatia are through. Croatia win 3-1 on penalties, 1-1 after 120 minutes. But Croatia, they're through. That experience, that composure, that's it. And it must be said, Japan, the experience of having these high-pressure moments comes to fruition. And Modric, Perisic, they'll all play again in the next round. Who will they play against? Will it be against Brazil or will it be against South Korea? But their keeper, Livakovic, he's the hero after that penalty shootout. Big saves. Poor penalties, but big saves. Absolutely shocking. Shocking by Japan. 4 penalties fired at the goalkeeper. He saves 3 of them. Again, 3 of them were absolutely terrible. But what is it about Croatia in the knockout stages? What is it about Croatia getting to extra time and penalties? Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. 5 likes away from 400. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right hand corner if you haven't already. As I mentioned, we will be live once again later on this evening for Brazil against South Korea. We're just seeing the replay of the winning penalty. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way and scores the goal. And again, it's par for the course. That's what Croatia does. That's absolutely what they do. And the Japanese tears, the huge Japanese support inside the stadium there in Qatar. Modric kisses his goalkeeper's head because the legend, the maestro, will continue to play on in Qatar. They're used to it. They're absolutely used to it. Another penalty shootout victory. That's 3 consecutive penalty shootout victories in the last 2 World Cups. Absolutely ridiculous. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's just that experience that really did it for them. You've got Medea, obviously the goal scorer for Japan, in tears on the pitch right now. Absolutely incredible. This quarterfinal involving Croatia will be on Friday afternoon. And as I mentioned, they'll face either Brazil or South Korea in that round. And look at the Croatian goalkeeper. Absolutely crazy. Well, look, the poll said 64% of you said that Japan would win that penalty shootout, but it wasn't indeed accurate. Croatia win 3-1 on penalties, 1-1 after halftime. If you are just joining us, it was 1-1 after 120 minutes, but it was Croatia on penalty, scoring 3. Japan took 4 penalties. They missed 3 of them. 3 saves from Livakovic. Absolutely incredible. Well, there you go, guys. As I mentioned, be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Still over 660 of you watching, so let's see what like number we can get to before we wrap things up here. As I mentioned, I will be live later this evening for Brazil versus South Korea. Once this stream ends, it will direct you to this evening's stream. You can set a reminder. You can keep the window open so you'll be notified when I go live for Brazil versus South Korea. Will we see this drama once again later this evening? We'll have to wait and see. As I mentioned, we'll also be live 9 a.m. tomorrow for the morning view once again, in addition for the remaining final 2 last 16 games as well. So a big evening of World Cup and Manchester United content to come, plus plenty coming this week. It's just started. What a Monday start. I'm out of here. Take a break, take a breather, but could the drama continue later on this evening? I'll speak to you again in a bit. Peace.